Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Pinnacle Winter Series, our last playoff game of the first day of playoffs here. And it is Apeks with the advantage. I'm Zurfer. You might have heard Ted very enthusiastically looking forward to this second map of Mirage.
Oh, yeah.
And Ted, big question. Is this going to be Apeks taking this one and finishing it 2-0, being the last team in the playoffs and setting up a game versus Heroic tomorrow?
Well, it doesn't feel impossible at this point, does it? I mean, after how Vertigo started, I think that we were just looking at Eternal Fire, just thinking, okay, this has a lot of potential for a 2-0. But then Apeks decided to agree with us, just not in the way that we thought. They agreed it could be a 2-0, but not in favor of Eternal Fire. A massive comeback on Vertigo, and now looking to pick up the pace, looking to try and close it out on their map pick. The thing with those two teams, though, is that their veto is so close that maybe differentiated by Jacob.
Oh my, Jacob.
Okay, just a moment of silence and appreciation for what he just did. But back to the point, they have a pretty close veto, and we're always going to be looking at close maps. We're always going to be thinking, okay, either team could pick up a map that's being played in that series, and there is some proof. The first best of 3 was that. The one that they played 1 month ago.
Yeah, it was indeed. Now, Centaurus is spotted there, but Jacob just not ready for that peak from Centaurus whatsoever. Yeah. Eternal Fire, they continue on their form in the pistol rounds. They've taken every single one, but, you know, that's something to kind of read into as well. They've won every pistol, but they cannot seem to convert the game as a whole, or the half as a whole, if you get me, you know. So usually when your team wins the pistol and the conversion rounds are good, which they have usually been for Eternal Fire, more than likely that team has a better chance of winning the game. Calyx now with the MP9 gonna try and do an awful lot of damage and find a few kills, rack up the money if he can, and he will do so. Swaps over to the USB for the last, but it is a clean round for Eternal Fire. 2-0, and Apeks are your favorites going into this second map. Already a map up. If you want to take advantage of the odds, you can head over to Pinnacle, click the banner down below the stream. It'll bring you right over there, and sign up using code WINTER22. Make sure you're gambling responsibly, and you have to be 18 years of age or over, of course.
Well, something interesting, by the way, from last time these two faced each other on that map. Apeks started on the CT side. They actually had a 12-3 CT side, but then Eternal Fire got a 10-4 on their CT side, so it was a 13-16 loss for Eternal Fire. And they actually picked into Mirage. So, from what we know, this map, at least what history shows us, is heavily CT-sided when it comes to those two cookies on the two sides of the map. As well as Immer and Stiko had really good showings last month. So we're looking at those two. Immer normally not the person you're going to be anticipating to have a monstrosity of a performance on Mirage. You're going to be looking at potentially Woxic and Centaurus, as well as a lot of the other maps. But he actually had a really good showing on Vertigo. So there's a lot of questions regarding whether he's going to be able to pick up that pace that he left on map number 1. Or maybe he didn't. Maybe he did bring it with him on Mirage.
Maybe, just maybe, he has it with him in his pocket.
Yeah, he's in the grave now, though.
Yeah.
It doesn't really count.
He hasn't taken it out of his pocket just yet, you know. It's still there. It's still ready for him to just kind of turn it on at any time. That's something that we talked about, you know, the Eternal Fire. They can just kind of flick a switch in their brain, which is always a good thing to have. Not very good is having 2 players sitting in a smoke towards ramp. Centaurus is now alone on the site. Gets a double, does a lot of damage. Stiko can't go for the refrag just yet. Jacob elsewhere has found a kill onto X-Flag, and Centaurus, he's still putting up a fight. Eventually going to be dropped by Stiko. Woxic is now going to be alone. He's pushed past the molly. He is in the smoke himself. And there's a lot of damage done to these players, but no more damage will land onto any Apeks players as they do take their first T round.
Not getting attacked by them all, they could have given him just a little bit of an edge there. Just a little bit of that element of surprise. In the end of the day, though, he's going to fall short. First buy round getting picked up by Apeks. Of course, a little bit unfortunate that he had only the scout in that scenario. Now we're going to see him on the big green. Obviously, Woxic, one of the people that we spoke about that maybe we want to be seeing more from or off on the side of Eternal Fire yet in the year. I feel like on map number 1, he delivered massively. And you know, both teams have their opers transition to more of a play it safe role, let's say, speaking of Knock and Woxic, we saw something completely different from Eternal Fire map number 1, and that enabled Woxic to be just a little bit more concerned with what's going on around the map, a little bit more, let's say, loud about what's going on. In terms of, yes, loud in terms of firepower. We know that he is the loudest person in the Eternal Fire squad, even if he wasn't to be the IGO. He is a bit of a screamer, that guy. That's why we love him.
It's just that passion. That's all.
Yeah,
it is.
exactly.
Just,
it is passion.
That passion can win
Would make
you
you think he's Brazilian.
Yeah, yeah. That passion can win you games, but sometimes it can do the opposite. You know, if you're too passionate, if you're too invested, you can just maybe let your emotions get the better of you. As Calyx gets the better of Steeko, the first kill found in this round. Woxic's on a peek out. Missed shot, missed opportunity. However, Xantares, he is still here towards jungle. Cillian gets the next, but Calyx with a refrag. Dawsey locking off the rotate from B. X-Flade's down and out. Knock gets himself towards Tetris. He has an idea of where Calyx is. The Molly's going to force him out of default. Knock finds the kill. Really good teamwork there. We're into a 2 versus 2, but Immor, he's in a fantastic position. I don't know if Charles going to be ready for it as Immor walks right on. This is the bomb as well. Down and out. Apeks surely have lost the round now as Knock has to try and go and try and recover it. But what can he do? 6 seconds, not a lot of time. Has to just try and save. Well, he might just get away to safety. He will indeed. The Eternal Fire, they will not let Apeks get a consecutive round out.
Ooh, went a little bit closer. You know, for the biggest part of that round, it felt like it had to be an Eternal Fire one, and it had to be a convincing one as well. At the end of the day, though, nice damage done by Apeks. I love the play with the Molly towards default and the lock-in from jungle as well. Makes it really uncomfortable for Calyx, even though so far Calyx and Xantares have been really efficient in their multi-kills towards the A-bomb side. I feel like that's going to give a bit of a rough idea on what to expect from Apeks going later on. And the decision to go for a force buy here is something that I love. You know, you wouldn't be having the best buy of your lives in the next round either way. And you don't want to let Eternal Fire build up that CT side economy. You want to take it down as if it's fresh. You want to take it down as you know that they're not going to be able to reinvest into another one. And if that B-bomb side actually falls down, it could be an easy call for them to go and save it. Oh! Whoa! Okay.
Nice entry from Knock, and he goes down, but Steeko picks up that AK, puts it to good
save.
use. Sicilian up short. Big save on his right side.
Ring the alarm, Jack.
Yeah, the sound alarm, or the save alarm is going off right now. Jacob, he's saying, no, I know you're going to save, but I'm not going to allow it. He's going to find that headshot. Flash is going to be good. Calyx completely blind. And Jacob's doing a really good job of delaying here as well. Jacob takes him down. They find all the kills. That is a spectacular round and a spectacular response, really, from Apeks, isn't it?
That's one of those moments for Jacob when things just go horribly right.
Yeah, it's like...
That wasn't intentional if you're thinking that. Nope, he just flashed himself as well, but it was just like, yeah, good enough.
Yeah. It ain't perfect, but it'll do. You know,
yeah,
it ain't perfect.
It's actually horrible, but it's perfectly horrible in that scenario. And Apeks, they're gonna be feeling perfectly perfect about what happened in that previous round, without the horrible part. Because now Eternal Fire, they need to be the ones investing into this round. You can see that X-Floud, being the nicest teammate in the world, is gonna be the only one not purchasing a single thing. He's gonna be the one dropping over the AWP to Woxic later on. Shall they lose this one round, and shall Apeks level things up? But yeah, so far this has been a good start for Apeks. I mean, you convert this one, you're looking at what, 3-3, potentially 4-3 in favor of the T side. And we spoke about how last time around these two faced, it was a bit of a tough one for whoever was on that offense. So the start feeling really fantastic, considering that you lost the pistol as well. By the way, does that make it 3 out of 3 pistols for Eternal Fire? I think it does.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
He had to drop one. And it's massive that Apeks actually managed to win the first map on their opponent's map pick after losing both pistol rounds, and they even end up losing that third pistol round in the series as well.
They don't need the pistol rounds, they can do it without them, but
yeah,
they do help. You know, Cillian help himself to a kill. Jacob will do exactly the same. That's the fan mask down. Cillian needs to be aware of the player boosted on the site.
Yeah, surely.
He's not going to check him just yet. Now he does. 1 HP, Calyx. That's
6 sticker, by the way. Was that Boston Major? Was that PGO Boston?
I didn't see.
Or oh no, I think it was Z League. Can we switch to Calyx, please, production? Oh, nice headshot. Oh, where's the MP9?
Yeah, he's dropped it. Oh well.
Boring.
Oh well.
I think it was Z-League. I think it was... No, I'm not sure.
Well. We won't get to see it just yet. We might get to see it now in the next round or so. Especially if he loses this FAMAS, you never know. He could purchase that MP9 again. He's doing
1
a lot
HPAs.
doing a lot of damage here.
Okay.
You know, the dream is dead, much like Eternal Fire's chances in this round, in that last round. And in this round, not looking too bright either. Looking quite bleak. But what's not looking bleak is that 10% discount you guys can get over at extrafy.com if you want to head over there, pick up some peripherals, fantastic mice, keyboards, headsets, there's mouse sponges, there's mouse mats, there's absolutely everything over there at extrafy.com. Use that code winter10 for a 10% discount as well, as saving money is always a good thing, as Eternal Fire will do exactly that. So why would you need to purchase anything other than a Deagle?
No way,
oh,
no
Alex,
way.
that's beautiful.
He's done it again. You know, I've had a lot of time missing those 1Ds from Calyx. He's notoriously known about those. You know, in recent history, you haven't been having, like, obviously we've had a lot of people that are really good with the Deagles, but you remember back in the days we had a couple of players that were especially known for their prowess with the Deagle and their skill with the Deagle, right? I think that Calyx, this is Calyx right now. You know the Lekros of before. It's a player that normally doesn't do that much damage. I'm not speaking even in eco. It's a player that normally doesn't do that much damage, but when it's with the Deagle, he's the best in the world. That was, let's say, for example, Lekro. This is Calyx.
Yeah, he's very...
a different gravy.
Yeah, a different beast when he has that Deagle in his hand, that pistol. He can do some magical things, and Eternal Fire, they're going to have to try their hand at some wizardry in this round to make anything of it, but in the end, it's going to be no...
It doesn't really matter. No, it doesn't even matter. Oh, I screwed it up, chat.
No.
No. They're going to judge me now. That's an old classic as well.
That's a little bit embarrassing, Ted. I'll be real.
No.
Be real, and this could get a whole lot embarrassing for Eternal Fire right now, especially if Facilian finds both of these kills, as this is going to be...
No. What?
What? All right.
No way.
Okay, I cannot... okay, I cannot explain that one whatsoever.
I can. First of all, 4x3. Second of all, mousepad and...
yeah.
Not enough mousepad.
That was... need more... quick, send more mousepad.
DMS Woxic needs a mousepad, guys. Or to hire his sense even more. Not enough. Not quick enough.
Need to send him over to Extrafy. Pick up
yeah, quick enough.
Yeah, definitely quick enough. And Woxic's sensitivity is definitely high enough. We all know that. And now, Imor. Oh, beautiful headshot.
Someone told him they don't need a headshots on the AWP actually to get a kill.
The body shot is enough, lads. Please. I don't know. They're overachieving right now.
Yeah.
You know, upwards of 800 damage already done by both of the Eternal Fire players.
They think they're playing darts.
Yeah. Well, Apeks, this is not how they wanted this round to go whatsoever. Already it seems like it's done and dusted. But still recoverable, and a lot of it kind of lies with Asilian here. What he can find with the space that he's kind of creating for himself. But the jig is kind of up. He's been spotted. Knock has posted towards CT, but he needs to find a kill. Instead, it's going to be Stiko getting aggressive. Knock with a refrag. However, Alex takes down his teammate.
You know what's the thing, though? Eternal Fire have been extremely good at controlling middle without actually putting any bodies towards it, right? They managed to get a couple kills, they managed to get a couple openers, and they quickly transitioned to the bomb sites, just going for that passive-aggressive hold of middle, making sure, okay, we're not giving them too much freedom, not giving them too much work, or rather room to work with, but still, we have a lot of bodies towards the bomb sites, and if they go to if they try and contact out of ramp, out of palace, or try to go B, we already have at least 2 players looking towards it and just holding for him, so they're always going into unfavorable fights for them, which is really useful. You know, this is the thing that makes a bit of a difference going into these rounds. So far, Eternal Fire not really investing anything into middle control, but still being able to control it and contain it. That's impressive. You want to know what else is impressive, by the way?
Which?
You know I have my funny shenanigan facts written down.
Yes.
You wanna guess? You wanna guess who is the player with the most maps played in this server ever?
Oh, I'm gonna say Jacob.
Number 3, by the way, he is.
He's number 3.
Yeah.
Stiko?
Nope.
Okay, go on, tell me.
It's Antares.
That seemed like the obvious answer, so I was trying to kind of...
1,705. By the way, Assylian is straight after him. He's 1,680.
The ridiculous amount of maps when you think about it, as Apeks are going to try and make their way onto this A site. They found 1 kill. It is going to be refragged, however, as the low
he's a dead
rotates
man.
are trying to be locked off. Roxy cannot... Yeah, it's just burnt to a crisp. You cannot go anywhere. What? Can't get out.
Oh.
Nobody gets out alive. Assylian is trapped, and he's going to now be a little bit more sympathetic towards Woxic. He knows exactly how that feels. Xfloud taking him down. We have a 3 versus 3 retake with one of the Apeks players on a massive flank as he's making his way out towards the B site, towards short. Jacob takes down Zantares.
Zantares is fuming.
Yeah. He's like, why is he there? I've absolutely no idea why.
And he just cleared out middle, you know. He just goes out of connector, clearing out middle, clearing out the flank. He's like, yeah, guys, this is a one-dimensional one. They're all towards Palace, Ninja, Ram, Tetris, and so on and so on and so on. And then he just gets killed from short. You're like, I really just spotted you towards top middle, Jacob, and you run all the way towards B holes, towards the B bomb site, and towards short. He's just thinking about it, being like, you massive nerd. But that was an insane round coming in from Apeks in that scenario, you know. Even if Assylian gets just a little bit unlucky there because he's got such a nice position to get a kill onto Woxic, doesn't even get the kill, and then he is the one that's being trapped and held from both sides, so he just goes down for pretty much nothing, but it's some information. In the end of the day, that's what, 4 out of the last 5 rounds going in favor of the T side. Money again lost for Eternal Fire. This is not the start that you're hoping for. You know, you lose this map, you're out of the competition. Apeks looking really, really good in the start of that Mirage. 5 T-side rounds already under their name. Looking to make it more, looking to book themselves a bit of a ticket for the quarterfinals. And a shot at the Giant. That is heroic, of course, for those of you that are unfamiliar.
Yeah, it's going to be a massive game for either side. Whoever gets there, it's going to be a difficult one.
Oh.
You have to get there in order to try and beat them. That's a beautiful
highlighting Nog, by the way. He actually had a better game on Vertigo than what I anticipated in the end of the day. Yeah. I think he finished on something like 28. He was the top frag, actually, for his side. Woke up massively on that CT side. Or rather, on the T side.
Yeah, he really kind of got the battle versus Woxic right in those closing rounds, which helped massively. As Woxic was one of the biggest threats for Eternal Fire, but kind of went off the boil a little bit towards the end. And Eternal Fire, they cannot afford to go off the boil here on Mirage. You cannot make too many mistakes on this map, because Apeks are going to take advantage of it. And they going to knock you out of the event. Xfloud.
No way.
Just goes flying. And what about a round here? Apeks down to 2. Knock. He is in a whole world of trouble. So is Stiko, who's been tagged up. He's been taken down. Knock is dropped as well.
Hurt.
Man, what a huge round for the Turkish side right there. Look at the money as well for Apeks. That absolutely shatters the economy right there for the T side. And that gives Eternal Fire a really big opportunity to just kind of put their hold on this game, to really kick off their CT side and maybe even take the win in the first half.
That's one of those plays of Xfloud that are round winners. You know, this is one of those game-changing plays, because obviously, you know, if you stay there and just wait, you're probably gonna get cleared out with mollies and flashes and so on, and you're gonna go down. You take your shot, right? You just run out of the smoke. You rely on no one holding that, because why would they? Why would you be just holding a smoke into ladder, thinking that a crazy biscuit with a CZ in hand is gonna storm out? And it works out, you know, a pistol round for Eternal Fire. Apeks getting just a little bit of a quick reminder on who they're facing, but Josie is in a really good spot now, especially after Stiko falls. Josie could be a little bit closer than what they're ready for. No, never mind.
Xfloud holds his nerve, holds the B site as his teammates rotate in to help him with a kill or two if they can. The flank has been neutralized of Jacob, but he has at least applied the pressure just a little bit to allow Knock really the space to find the plant if he wanted, but
you can't plant there.
No,
unfortunately.
No, that's not on the bomb. He's trapped behind the bench now as well, but he's gone quiet, so this could be just a little bit of an issue. And actually, Knock, he spots one player towards short who's going to rotate all the way back. That's Calyx. Knock might just try and punch the numbers in. Bomb plant is going to be the best case scenario out of this one, maybe 1 or 2 kills. The 1v3, if he plays it right, he might just bring it into fruition, but Woxic will deny it before that escalates any further. 6-5, Eternal Fire, they are going to open up a 1-round lead. They take the advantage once again, and not much of an advantage for Apeks if we look at their money either, because it is in the bin at the moment.
Yeah.
And the odds are, they might just be shifting. They might just be shifting a little bit. They might be turning in the tide. If you want to take advantage of them, head over to Pinnacle, sign up using code WINTER22. Make sure if you are doing so, you're gambling responsibly, and you have to be 18 years of age or over.
Yeah, you need to. You have to appreciate the patience of Eternal Fire in that previous round, though. Even though it's a 3 versus 1, you can see how much respect they're giving over to Knock. They know that the goal isn't to just win the round. At this point, they've won it, but they don't have to give him kills. This is the goal. Just stay alive. Make sure you hold on to all 3 guns. Make sure you stabilize that economy finally in round number 12. Especially when you're going to be up against the pistols. You want to make sure that you have enough money to be able to reinvest no matter what until the end of the half. And this is what Eternal Fire have done so far. This is what will be accomplished shall they win this round without dropping too many bodies. And Woxic agrees. He thinks yes. He's feeling thank you.
He is feeling thank you.
By the way, I've actually just remembered that one. I had forgotten about this meme for so long. I've never thought of it. Like in the past couple months. That is such a golden one.
One of the best.
You know what's the thing? You know what's the thing? I think that a lot of the people in the new generation wouldn't be aware of that because it was such a long time ago as well. It was LAN CS, and a lot of the like new people that are into CS nowadays and have been brought by the online era, they don't actually know about the existence of those memes.
Sure.
I actually need to learn how do you say thank you in Turkish?
Oh,
let me
know. I wouldn't be taking the chat's advice either. You never know. It could be caught
No. Google Translate is my
your
best
friend.
advisor. Yeah.
Well, Apeks, they have recovered it. An AK. Chelsea has it. He's gonna smoke out Con. They're gonna go for this round. 15 seconds though. They have to find the kills, but Chelsea is gonna fall. Bomb is gonna be tapped here by Knock. Swings to try and take down the Opper, but Woxic will not allow that whatsoever. 7-5, Eternal Fire. They have a 2-round advantage. Apeks do have another buy round coming up.
Okay, apparently it is Teşekkür ederim.
Okay. Well, the more you know. The more you know.
Teşekkür ederim. Yeah, something like that. Okay, I'm feeling Teşekkür ederim. That's the meme now. But hey, back to buy rounds. Apeks on the guns. Big green for Nog. Of course, big armor. No utility there. But his teammates have enough to support him. And back to mid control. Now, Calyx looks like he wants to go just a little bit of aggressive. He's actually going to be boosting Woxic and Bladder. That's a really nice switch of pace. But ooh, what a headshot coming in from Brazilian. Hello.
Massive pick to find here. Apeks, they want to make this one close. And they want to pick up this round. It's been a while since they've had the rifles out. And so far, so good. Xcloud. He was thinking about getting aggressive towards short. Just chucks an aid. Might be caught in a timing here, and he has been massively. Chelsea could take him down for free. The spray isn't good enough elsewhere. Chelsea's lost a teammate, but he has got up onto the site. Jacob will pick up the pieces where Chelsea maybe had a few shortcomings. The volley burns Immor to a crisp. He can't connect on the flick. And now it is going to be the save for Eternal Fire. Apeks will get a 6th round, and they will get to within 1 of their Turkish enemies again. I don't know now how aggressive we are going to see the Apeks team go here to try and take these rifles away. I don't think it'll matter all that much, really.
Apeks is right, by the way. Whenever I look at Asilian, I just get Apeks flashbacks, but not Apeks as the team, as the IGO of Vitality.
Yeah.
I mean, this is insane, man. From time to time, I even forget that he is the IGO. This man just going for so many wild plays and making them work, confirming so many entry kills in the beginning of the round. You know, these are rounds where you're just giving him the one and done, right? He just gets one kill and gets refragged. I'm gonna give him, like, in my book, that's at least a double or a triple there, speaking about impact. He takes down Woxic immediately, and this is the play, you know? This is a little bit of shenanigan part that Eternal Fire have going into this round for them, right? That boost into short, it's supposed to give them an early opener, supposed to put Woxic in a position where he can toy with them, just get the kill, reposition quickly after it, make sure they're not anticipating him, make sure that you make them go for contact plays once again, let them have middle control, but make them pay. This is the idea there. Asilian just says nope. Once again
finds the kill, and actually a lot of damage was done. Knock actually landed the tag onto Calyx as well, even though he was completely blinded by that.
Look at the HP.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Eternal Fire. This is a perfect scenario for Apeks right now, as they are going to try and have to capitalize on this. Yes, it's a 4v4, but you do always give the advantage to the T side in these scenarios, as there's 3 players out towards mid. Eternal Fire, they're not really overly interested in trying to put up a fight or trying to retake it. They've given it up. They're just going to play from sites here, and it's just going to be a 2-2 split. And speaking of splits, it's going to be a B split. Asilian up short finds that kill. Xcloud tucked towards the apartments, and now he hasn't been cleared out just yet, but SKADE should be aware, and Knock is holding for it. Even they were very, very cautious about that position being played, and they dealt with it expertly, as it looks like Apeks have dealt another blow to the Eternal Fire side. It's going to be 7-7. We're level.
And Asilian can't just catch a break, can he? I mean, so many times he's just going into fights that if he dies there, we're going to be saying, what the hell is he doing? Just running out short with a bomb ball alone? Surely that's madness, but then he just gets the kill, it's alright. And all of the time, his fights have been like that. It's just a little bit hectic, you know? He's so brave in his approach, just leading like a true leader should. And this is the worrying part of having your opponent's IGL being the entry. When his game doesn't go well, and he just goes down, you have the advantage of the IGL being able to micromanage everyone on the T side in the meantime, just switching between players, being like, yeah, now I have a really good look on the grand scheme of things, a really good look on the big picture. But if it goes right, essentially you've lost the round, because he's their entry, and he's just going to be getting kills. Like, the game going well for him means that they're going to be picking up rounds, and now they picked up 2 in a row because of his entries, leveling things up. Even if that one ends up with an 8-7 lead for Eternal Fire, that's the first half that's going to leave Apeks really happy.
Another 8-7 is 100% going to be probability, but in which favor? As it looks like Apeks, they have the advantage. Asilian finds that kill. Calyx.
3rd round in a row, Jack.
Yeah. And they get it.
Insane.
Question, can they capitalize on finding the entry one more time? Calyx with a refrag. SKADE though gets one back. That HE should take him down. No. 4 HP. Oh, the timing is awful there for Woxic. Asilian will get one more. Immor rattling off shots with that AWP. Cannot connect just yet. Now the HP is low on all the players. There's the full HP player now down to half HP. Molly onto Centaurus, does have a smoke to extinguish it. The nade will just chip away even further, and actually that Molly's going to burn him. He has to get out of there. SKADE tags him on the retreat. Immor has got himself into a nice position here.
Look at Asilian.
Oh, but SKADE's holding it. Asilian on the flank here as well. This looks like it's a signed, sealed, and delivered round for Apeks. But Centaurus, he's got other ideas. Finds one, but no more. A fantastic round from Asilian. And that was his half. That was his half. He showed what he could do as Asilian gets Apeks in the lead. Can they take this second half, the map, and the series, Ted?
Such massive impact. I mean, that was back then when I was saying 3 in a row, though. You thought I was speaking about the rounds. No, I was speaking about the rounds in a row where Asilian gets an entry. That was 3 rounds in a row where Asilian actually gets the opening kill towards middle as well. This is massive from him. In the same old fashion, he just opens up the game for his side so many times. And the scary part was that in only one of those rounds, he got immediately shut down. in the remaining 2, he even doubled up. In one of them, even tripled up. Now, Apeks winning the first pistol round for themselves in the series could be a massive boost. This is the best time to do it. Eternal Fire, they've been more than clinical in those rounds so far, but, well, let's see if they're going to be able to overrun the USBs in that scenario. A bit of a retake setup coming in for Apeks.
Pretty standard stuff so far. Here's the boost here from Asilian. Finds the first, there's the second, and might go looking for a little bit more. Jacob, as the smoke clears, tapping away, cannot find a kill. Galax tag down low. Steeko finds a kill elsewhere. However, it's Centaurus in a 1 versus 3, looking for the kills. Finds a beautiful headshot onto Chazzy.
Oh, the bomb is default.
Yeah, it's an awful position, but no kit. And actually, Steeko tapped it once again, put under pressure. Steeko goes down, knock, had to hit that shot. And he did, as Apeks finally stopped the pistol prowess of Eternal Fire, and they will take the CT as their own. 9-7, 2-round lead being opened up, but that bomb plant could make all the difference, because Eternal Fire, they can get out some AKs, they can get out some Galils if they want to.
I don't think you do.
But that's the question, Ted. Oh, well.
Yeah. Oh.
See, that's the difference between you and me, Ted, because I would go for that aggressive call and say, you know what, let's go with it. Let's not give them the confidence.
Yeah, right. I guess you understand it. They get 4 kills in the first round. The good thing about Apeks is that they seem to expect it, because they go for the 4 and 4s buy, so they're like, yeah, 100%, they get 4 kills, they get a bomb down, they're gonna go for the reinvestment. I was simply thinking, maybe you don't want to let him win so many rounds, but yeah, it is the right thing to go for. You get a bomb plant and 4 kills, obviously you're gonna be forcing up. A bit of a no-brainer I had there, Jack. You know, all of us have their moments, but a really good moment for Apeks to pick up their first pistol round. Now, if they are able to convert, this could be a really flawless run. Let's not forget, last time around these two faced on Mirage, Apeks had a 12-3 CT side. If they do that again, well, I don't think I have to tell you what's next. It's Heroic next.
Yeah. Oh, you have to tell me. Oh, you might have to tell Nock that that isn't a good idea. Immor with a double. Jacob, however, he gets a refrag. He's going to be trapped for the moment. Just momentarily. Oh, the firing squad does so much damage as he crosses out of there, but gets out alive. That's the main thing. He has 7 HP. It's not a lot, but he is still kicking in the round. Gives Apeks a small chance. Steeko is going to be the man tested here towards B. And he needs to get into a decent position to try and put up a little bit more of a fight. And he's going to go aggressive here towards short as he goes looking maybe for Immor. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this one, Immor. I don't know if he's going to be ready just yet, but that Molly's going to give him away. He's going to be spotted out, but now knows Immor's coming from behind. Turns his attention to the apartments. They run through the Molly. Does not burn him to a crisp. And
yeah,
that is
safe.
An Eternal Fire round.
Apeks needs to save in this one. That almost worked out perfectly for Steeko, by the way. The fact that he got caught on a bit of a timing, manages to dodge the shots from Immer initially, making him just pretty much compromise his position, turns around, gets the kill, but he's just not aware that they ran through the Molotov. If he manages to read that fact, surely he gets at least one more, and even if he goes down straight after, they're going to play into the retake. But Eternal Fire, nonetheless, holding on to that game. The force buy works out, even though it was such a massive investment coming in from Apeks. 4 M4s brought into that one, Jack. Yes, 2 of them are going to get saved, but this is going to be just a little bit disappointing coming in from the CT side. They finally managed to win a pistol round, and they don't even convert.
Yeah, they don't even convert. Oh man, that's a big call that Eternal Fire made going for the force, and it's worked out perfectly. That's exactly what they would have wanted. Apeks still the betting favorites. If you want to check them out, click the banner down below the stream. It'll bring you right over to Pinnacle. You can sign up using our code WINTER22 as well. But right now, 2 M4s for Apeks to work with as they look to hang on to their lead, and they look to even make it one round bigger if they can. But Eternal Fire, they're setting up for an A execute, which could be difficult to stop, especially because there's only 2 Deagles really on the other side. There's utility on the CT side, but it's sparse. It is not a lot. Apeks are clearing towards B, so they realize that it is going to be an A hit imminent. How can they delay is the main question.
Yeah, they just can't. Simply, they don't have the resources for it. You can see the grenades are not there. There's a huge one-way, a huge gap in that smoke. and this could be a bit of a problem. Asilian can actually drop the planter here if he wanted to. He doesn't spot him just yet. He's just gonna get spammed through. Woxic realizing there's a gap. Jacob has arrived with the M4. That's gonna make it a bit tough for Calyx. A bit too brave in that scenario, a bit too risky. Someone needs to get the bomb on, but yeah, Emmer is gonna pick up that kill.
This round could still all go astray here. Okay, maybe not now, as
I don't think they
finds
know
that kill. No, they've no idea that Chelsea is towards Palace here.
That's doable.
This is doable, but he has to play it perfectly. The bomb is going to be tapped. Zantares is going to be spotted out.
Love that.
Chelsea's not peak. Now he eventually takes him down. Flash is going to be good enough for Woxic to find the kill. It was a valiant effort, a nice try from Chelsea. You see, he played the trigger discipline a little bit, realizes he didn't need to take the kill straight away, but was undone by just one piece of utility. It only costs $200, but it has a massive impact as we see a scoreline of 9-9. We're level, money in the bin for Apeks. Eternal Fire, it's all up to you right now. This is your chance to gain the lead and really put your stamp on the series and try and force a third and final map.
Yeah, momentum is the key word right now for Eternal Fire, right? You need to start winning those rounds. You need to make sure that you get the economy of Apeks in a really awkward spot and never allow them to have a comfortable buy and never really allow them to be comfortable with their setups and the way that they're playing the CT side. If you can do that and just delay as much as possible the first round that they're going to be picking up on the defense, because I think they are. That's going to be good. A nice boost there. A really good headshot coming in from Jacob. Shouldn't be changing that much. And they actually boost over towards jungle as well, trying to make the best out of the situation with the pistols. But it should be a fairly clean round coming in for Eternal Fire.
And Eternal Fire, just the rifles showing what they're really made of. However, there's been a little bit of damage traded here. The bigger pistol arrived to the party, but
every time there is a flank towards Palace, but this time Zantares is ready.
Yeah, he knows well.
Or maybe not. Awkward. Thank God it's an eco.
It was good damage though there, man. I'm a believer that, you know, if one more shot went their way, that could have went completely different. There was three players
there
below
was 3 players
HP.
below 20, yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous that the USVs were doing that much damage. But that's going to give confidence to Apeks. They're hearing the dinks. They know that they're getting these players low. Now they have the rifles to do the business in the next round. Up on knock. It is a glass cannon, however, so that glass cannon could be absolutely shattered, much with the chances of the round if it goes astray. But he's not going to be found out just yet. Rattles off a shot, does not connect. Eternal Fire, they are still just ready and waiting. And it looks like it will be B later on in the round, but there's a lot of time for them to really do whatever they want.
I like that. I like that setup from Apeks, by the way. I love the fact that No goes for an early peek towards window, doesn't spot anybody, and falls back B immediately because there's no further presence being shown towards the B-bomb side, and now they have that bait and switch. No just needs to hit the first one. If he gets the kill in that scenario, they're not going to be ready for a Asilian, and he's been feeling hot on his heels so far. This could be massive for Apeks.
Flash is going to be good. No kill landed, and it's completely undone. A lovely setup.
Never mind.
If you don't hit your shots, man, how are you meant to hold on to the site?
That was insane.
It's ridiculous to see that Eternal Fire have actually won that round, considering how strong a setup that Apeks had in that round. You know, like, Knock, he sees the first player, yet the flash kind of blindsided him a little bit, and then he was just looking for the second, misses that shot. Asilian has to peek, and, well, they're just completely ready for it. 11-9, Eternal Fire. They have a 2-round advantage, but look at this. The save here will be massive for Apeks if they can hang on to all 3 rifles. It looks like they will, as Calyx isn't really any danger just yet. I don't think he will be for the rest of the duration of this one. It is going to be an 11-9 scoreline coming up.
0-5 surviving though for Eternal Fire.
Yeah,
massive money boost.
The other side of the coin, really, isn't it? You know, that they are just saving all these rifles. And Apeks need to do the damage. That's the thing. If they're losing the rounds, they need to take 1 or 2 with them. And Apeks know that. They're going to go ahead and call a timeout. And you have a perfect time to test out the stream cards extension on your screen if you want to click it. It's over the right-hand side. A lot of questions will be popping up throughout the series, and you can get involved and put your CS knowledge really to the test and kind of put your money where your mouth is, because everybody watching seems to know what's going to happen. Everybody, you know, has a good opinion, or rather of themselves, that they know what's going on. You know,
shots fired.
Not really, is it?
I don't know. I have no clue. What I have a clue about is that there's been some shots fired into the server, and most of them have been going out of the AKs of Eternal Fire. Of course, speaking about the accurate ones, because Apeks have been shooting a fair amount, but not connecting as much or as efficiently as Eternal Fire. Now, though, the Turkish side, they decide to switch things up. They're going to go just a little bit quicker. That's a round out of Karrigan Stradbrook. You know, every single time I see that one, I love it. You're going to get tired of hearing me speak about it. The 3-man contact out of Palace, but that smoke, that early smoke coming in from Apeks, this is some great awareness. This is just Apeks knowing that this early way of approaching the round from the T side, those early signs could be indicating towards a similar round, and that's the reason they go aggressing into ramp. They want to counter it. They know that there could be a lonely player towards ramp, but it doesn't matter because it's Antares.
Flash goes in. Jacob has got 3 in the round. Woxic is still towards Palace, but the connector flank does nothing, and Woxic now has to retreat and has to back away. Oh, this has been an absolute disaster. And that round, it is a round that actually Eternal Fire has struggled a lot on their T side. You know, we've seen them play Mirage an awful lot. But it's that round, I don't think I've seen it work for them. I'm not even sneering. I'm not even trying to be funny or toxic. I actually cannot remember a time, maybe once or twice, but in the, I believe, what, four times I've watched them play Mirage, it hasn't really gone their way whatsoever.
Well, I guess it's one of those rounds, right? It's one of those rounds that were really interesting when they were coming into play, but now people are kind of used to it. You could see the reaction coming in from Apeks, right? They knew what was coming because of the early grenades towards middle, and in the end of the day, that double push towards ramp, it kind of allows Jacob to get into a position where he can counter that pretty easily towards Tetris. When you're going out of that smoke in Palace, you're never going to be looking towards it, right? So that pretty much allows him to get a double kill, then turn around, get the refrag onto Zentaris. That was round done. So yeah, when you're playing against a team that knows their ifs, buts, and maybes, and they know how to be moving properly around the map, it's always going to be hard to kind of convert those rounds. But yeah, I do agree with you. I think this is one of the calls for Eternal Fire that they love, but it rarely, close to never, works out for them.
Yeah, that's it. It's just, you know, it's usually close, but just is a little bit of a problem. Much like Knock dropping early in this round. Imor, not the man that we're too used to seeing on the op. You know, he picked it up for the double op on the CT side, but he's not usually a T side opper. He had the spawn, goes for the peak, and that is a perfect case scenario really for Eternal Fire. Man advantage, and now they have all the time in the world to work with. But nice setup from Apeks here. They have made control. They've just given up B site completely. Jacob drops Antares, but the refrag is in there from Xflower.
Flank towards T-spawn as well. Stika will have to find a couple of kills, but not doing the best out of it. Chosy is going to take Alex down, but needs more. And you can see that from Asilian. He's not committed to the T side flank. He's not committed to going into T-spawn. Rather gives a really good flash for his teammate, and Chosy is going to be able to pick that one up. Now he's down to a 2 versus 2. That was originally a 2v4, but now Apeks, they have found a way back into the round.
They've no idea the second player is here either, so they're going to be focused now elsewhere. And Chosy, well, they could still think that this is Chosy here. They're hearing the AK. Now they realize it, but Asilian's found that kill onto Imor. It's all onto Woxic. A 1 versus 2. Spots out the shadow. Can he take Chosy down? No, he cannot. Apeks tie it up 11-11. And Chosy, he had 6 kills going into that round, and he now has 9. He has found 3 massively impactful frags from a rather disappointing game from him so far. I think by his own standards being set, he would have been disappointed with the way things are going. But what a way to put your name out there, to get your team now back on level terms. It's not going to do much in terms of shattering Eternal Fire's economy, but it's going to do massive amounts to Apex's confidence.
Yeah, it's going to do massive massive damage to Eternal Fire in terms of their mentality as well. I mean, you're losing a 4 versus 2 like that. It was just about like Apeks finally win a round on a bye in the second half on their CT side, and you're so close to just shutting them down, right? It looks easy for you. From a mental point of view, this is a massive round for Eternal Fire to win. This is a round that, okay, Apeks have just had a tactical timeout. They've just won a round. If we manage to shut them down as easily as it looked in the beginning of it, that's going to be huge. That will just make them feel just a little bit hopeless. But that 2 versus 4, this could be everything. This could be revitalizing Apex's chances and their mentality walking into that closing part of the second map. A massive round, as you mentioned, from Jones. Huge impact found, and you can see they're trying to pick up the pace, but Calix, he's gonna tell them to hold on. Just slow it down for a little bit.
That's a big kill to find as well. Stiko and Jacob were just trying to get overly aggressive. Oh, Jacob, you're a lucky boy to get out of that alive. Calix, he has to be thinking, how much have I hit him for there? I could have sworn that should have been a kill, but the jumping of Jacob got him out of there alive. The run boost over Woxic. Oh,
that's risky.
That's the bomb dropped out in the open. Woxic has to try and recover it now, and Cillian still has eyes on it. Flash goes in. He maybe Woxic's ready. Had to hit that shot and does. The advantage is now back in Eternal Fire's favor.
It is, but look at that setup towards the B-bomb side. And a lot of these rounds, Eternal Fire, they've been favoring the B-bomb side. I feel like this could be the case as well. You can see how defensive Calix is towards T-spawn. They don't have either ramp or palace. So now they're scared to go there. They'll have to clear it out. They don't have the time for it. They don't have the time to clear out both ramp and palace, which means that they're going to be leaning towards the B-bomb side, Jack. And take a look at that Apeks. Not only they have a boosted player towards it, they have all 3 members stacked. This is going to be the perfect gamble for Apeks.
And it looks like Util is going to be thrown here as well. So Chelsea can put down that Molotov. Jacob needed to hit the shot. Chelsea gets a refrag. However, Nock is the man boosted up. And they have to try and clear him out here. They're seeing 2 players. And he gets the kill as well. There's the bomb dropped. It's all on Woxic. He misses the shot. 9 seconds left. There just isn't enough time here. He has to try and get down. Has to try and pick up the bomb. But the round's already won. Apeks, they have it now in their favor. And Woxic, he could go down after time here. Yes, he will. Nothing saved. No op for him. 1,500 in the bank.
Oh my
as
God.
Now advantage
it's not
Apeks.
Even it's not 1,500. It's 150.
It's 150. Yeah, excuse me.
That's no. Excuse you. I wouldn't be ready for it as well. 1,500 sounds more reasonable, but $150 in Eternal Fire. They go for a tactical timeout. This is 2 in a row that they shouldn't be losing. You know, even in a scenario like that, you're in a 4 versus 3. You know that the economy of Apeks isn't strong. There is a massive chance that you walk into a stack. Just send the player over. Send the scout, right? Like, send one guy on a bit of a flank, maybe towards middle, towards connector, just to confirm that there is someone towards the A-bomb side from Apeks. Make sure you're not walking in like that, because this is a blind call coming in from Eternal Fire. There's nothing to judge on, right? You don't have anything going on for you. You have no clue if there's a player towards palace, towards ramp. Worst case scenario, you're walking into a 4 versus 3. That was the worst case scenario. You even got the first kill. You even dropped the AWP. That's a second 2 versus 4 round in a row that you lose if you're Eternal Fire. And now taking a look at the money, you go for a bit of a half buy-ish, but it's just not great. Woxic is not going to have anything to work with in the next one as well.
I even failed the run boost out mid there. However, it is not going to be punished. They'll go for it again. Oh, they've failed it again, man. That's twice. There's a massive
and they even ate the HE.
Yeah. Oh, man. X-Cloud is fuming right now. Yeah, he's out of the round. 100%.
Rip. Rest in pizza. Oh, no way. They let him out of there.
Yeah, he's lucky. Now, the damage is done. It won't matter too much, right? You know, he gets out of there alive, but at what cost? 14 HP with only a deagle, no armor. You're not going to be doing much regardless. But Eternal Fire, they still have an opportunity. They can still try and make their way onto the site. There is util, so it's not as if it's just going to be, you know, running onto a risking it all with no utility, no nothing thrown onto the site. They do have the flashes, but the flash, even though it blinds Nock, he still manages to find a kill. Calix on the deagle, we highlighted that in the first half, finds a massive headshot on Distinto. There's X-Floud chiming in with 1. What can he do on 14 HP? Well, I'm being proved wrong time and time again, as now Apeks Now this doubt is kind of creeping into their head. This round could definitely go astray. They have control of jungle Eternal Fire. Apeks are going to have to try and clear it out, but I don't think they know it. Now they do, as Xflow is going to tag up csgo a little bit there. No, can't find the kill. This is an Eternal Fire round 100%, unless Sicilian can do an awful lot.
Not a third 2 versus 4 in a row. No, I think this time around they just save. They press tab, they look at the muddy Apeks. This is gonna hurt. After all of these tough clutches that you managed to win, after all those rounds that you shouldn't be converting, this is going to be painful. That's gonna hurt a whole lot. Even though you won, what, 3 in a row, the amount of people that you've been losing across those is gonna make it impossible for you to reinvest now. You're gonna have little to no money to work with. Look at that. They might have to go for the force. Even though Noak picks up a kill here, you know that the money on Eternal Fire is gonna be good as well. That wasn't everyone investing everything for Eternal Fire. It was a bit of a risky play. And you know, this is the moment when you just go, yeah, we should have taken the fight towards middle. We know that we have the weapon advantage. We know that they failed the run boost twice. We should have just peeked into it. Just go for the fight. They just overthinked it a little, but they gave Eternal Fire too much freedom to work with. Too many 1 versus 1s. And now, Apeks, I think it's safe to say they've given up the driver's seat.
Yeah, they have. Right now, it is advantage Eternal Fire.
Stiko's been having a horrible game, by the way.
It's been one to forget so far, but he can still turn it around. It's not over yet, as Eternal Fire, they are going to back up just a little bit. They have an aggressive position, Apeks, here towards ramp, which could actually help them because Eternal Fire are making their way back. But it is going to be that Palace round again, it would seem. It is going to be the 3-out Palace and a few out ramp, but this time they are not going to have a connector there. And actually, it is just going to be not getting aggressive towards Palace to find that kill.
They might not be ready for Chelsea now.
No, I don't think so. But he has the molly here. He's not playing for the kill, really. He's just playing to delay.
Just going to spot the player, deploy the molly, make sure that he wins time. And with the way that they're lining up, that's going to be an A-side execute. They're going to throw their grenades. So Chelsea delaying with the Molotov is actually going to be huge. That's going to be such a one-dimensional attack in Apeks. They've cleared out the entirety of the B apartments. They've cleared out underpass. They've cleared out B-apps. They know exactly what's going on. Chelsea, he can just deploy it. He can just slow them down. Just win time. They're going to rotate. They're going to have a flank. This is a massive round. Even has the smoke to delay even further.
Knows the flash is coming, turns away from it, needs to find the kill. He does a lot of damage to the second player as well. Knock now the next line of defense, and it will hold strong as Calix. He's going to be dropped down and out. Jacob on a flank. Time is of the essence for Eternal Fire, and they need to get the bomb down. It is going to be planted. Immor spotted. The molly is not going to be good for Asilian. He cannot peek out. As Jacob, here's the flank, spots out. Immor takes him down, all on Woxic here. As Apeks look to pick up a 13th, and they will. A headshot will seal it. Woxic down and out. What a beautiful round from Apeks. And it looks like they're going to stay the double up as well.
That was so good from Chelsea right there. You know, he hasn't been putting a lot of numbers on the board, but he's been putting heavy numbers, right? All of his skills heavily impactful, and I know that the scoreboard is going to give him just 1 in that scenario. I'm going to give him 3. I'm just going to give him 3 because of the way that he delayed them, because of the way that he shuts down the first player. Nok as well, doing perfectly, aggressing into Palace, getting that first kill onto Zentaris, then repositioning himself, getting the second one, going through the smoke towards Jungle. That was insane from Apeks. Some really good teamwork. And, well, Eternal Fire, last time around they won a round like it, but it's still a half-buy. A couple upgraded in hero rifles, a couple pistols, not a full investment coming in. Apeks with another chance at opening up the distance and making it even closer to the quarterfinals.
Oh, the winner takes on Heroic. It's a massive game that's going to take place tomorrow in the quarterfinals, but Apeks, they're only 3 rounds away from it now, and this is a massive opportunity. They've been ecoed twice on Mirage, so this one, not really an eco. It is a little bit of a weird buy from Eternal Fire. They do have a few rifles to work with, so this is still a massive threat to Apeks. They need to approach it with caution, and well, Chelsea's ripped off that angle here as Eternal Fire. They're going to commit up. Oh, Jacob, he was not aware that that was a possibility whatsoever, as he is going to be taken down. Did not react to Chelsea going down whatsoever. Xflow makes his way out of the apartment, and Asilian loses that fight.
Not again.
That is not a fight that you should be losing in a million years, but that is not on Asilian whatsoever. That is on Jacob not reacting. Jacob I am so confused to what's happening there. Chauzy was in towards ladder. He loses his life. Jacob just does not react to him going down whatsoever.
The thing is, he goes down to Xantares, that's under Palace, and maybe Jacob is thinking, okay, there should be a bit of a time gap before they can be up short, but that's the thing. Josie was hiding towards ladder, so he can't really confirm that there was no one out of middle, right? He can't really confirm that Xantares is all alone, because if Xantares is the only player towards mid, it's completely fine with Jacob holding on to that angle, but you should know there is a top connector smoke as well. It's not like the A players can be holding the cross for you. There is no one to hold the cross. This is a massive mistake coming in from Jacob, and another round that Apeks shouldn't be losing, but they do. I'm trying to count the wrong things about this game in the past couple, like 6 rounds, maybe 7 rounds, but I just can't seem to do so. So many 2 versus 4 rounds won by Apeks. So many scrappy buys won by Eternal Fire. This one looks like it's never gonna end. Looks like a 16-13 could be on the cards once again, Jack.
Yeah, they love 16-13s, don't they?
Or another OT.
Or another OT. I wouldn't be disappointed, you know, if we do see another overtime.
Me neither.
This one has gone very, very close. And deservedly, these teams are both very evenly matched.
You can feel the pressure as well.
Yeah, this one is getting a little bit nervy here, but who cracks first? That's the main question. 3 players towards B.
Oh, once again.
The op and knock here is massive. Oh no, he's gonna get aggressive here. Oh, spots out the arm. The scope.
I think they spot him as well.
Well, he heard the scope, definitely.
Does he fake it with a pistol? Please fake it with a pistol. That's gonna be hilarious. I love the fact that he doesn't drop. There's a smoke zone. Now he is gonna drop. They'll have to run through that. Asilian is on the other side with a Digo. Nox shouldn't know that rotation shouldn't be a viable option for him in that scenario. And the execute is going to come through right after the smoke fades. Nog needs to find the first kill. And then Asilian can swing. Then Asilian can try and go for the spam with the pistol.
Yeah, but no. Needs to be aware that this is happening. Oh, misses the shot. Now the pistol comes in. Asilian can only get 1. They're making their way out. They're waterfalling out of the apartments as Chauzy goes down. Knock. The last line of defense. 2 beautiful flicks. He's burning to a crisp. However, Woxic's Molly eventually takes him down. Has Knock done enough? That's the question. As Stiko and Jacob, they rotate into the site that is already taken. It's already been compromised, and Jacob only has a mag 7, has to pick up the M4. He is going to swap over without any issue. Calyx repositions here towards bench.
No
Jacob
way.
finds that kill onto Woxic. It's all onto Calyx here right now. The smoke is going to make it difficult. He isolates the fight. Jacob takes him down, and Apeks, they are going to take a 14th round. They are going to have the advantage going in, and you can see it on the face of Eternal Fire. They know that that was their round.
That's
Look
the reaction.
the despair on the faces of this Turkish side. They know that was their chance.
And they know that there has been so many rounds that they've won that they shouldn't be, right?
Yeah.
They know that they've lost as many that they shouldn't be losing as well, though. This is the thing. That's another one where everything goes right? Asilian gets reframe for 1. Nok misses his first 2 orb shots and still gets a double. After getting Molly backside, this is a massive mistake, and then it all goes down to a 2 versus 2 that you lose once again. That was what, a 3 versus 5 that they managed to win? No, a 3 versus 4. But once again, Apeks, they do win a scenario where they're with a man down. Man and 2 men down have been the favorite rounds for Apeks, and once again, they have the chance to win 2 in a row. Something that they've been struggling at, but this time around it's not a scrappy buy coming in for Eternal Fire. It's their last hope. They go all in. AWP for Woxic, AKs for the rest of the gang. Utility is there, but Apeks, they need to convert. Otherwise, their money is just going to be in the bin. This is such a dangerous round. It might look like Apeks have the upper hand, but it's so even.
They have to go all in, and well, if they fail to win, it will be all out, you would feel, as it would be eliminated pretty much from the Pinnacle Winter Series. It will be Apeks facing Heroic tomorrow. Still a little bit of time to go here. Eternal Fire need to find a little bit of wiggle room here, but Apeks, they're not giving them anything whatsoever. Not playing for middle. Apeks are going to play from the sites, and they're just going to try and delay. Running a little bit sparse on utility are Apeks, as the time is ticking down.
Yep.
It won't be too much of an issue. They can just keep deploying their util and delaying Eternal Fire. The question is, where did the Turks go? And it looks like it will be a Stiko is here, Jacob is here, and Jacob gets executed in the back of the head. That is not how you want this to go so far. As Eternal Fire, they have 10 seconds to get up onto the site here, and they will get the bomb down. Is the spam going to be good enough? No, just in the wrong place for Stiko.
A 4 versus 5 retake. This is one of those moments, if you're Apeks, you're even questioning if you want to go for this one. Surely now you don't. Surely that's a save. And this one is, again, on Jacob, I believe. I mean, you're getting put under a lot of pressure. Yes, I get that. You're in a really awkward spot in Sandwich. They can push you from top connector. But still, when you're in that angle, you should know you need to hold on. You need to stay. You need to stay committed. You go out, you're pretty much stuck in the middle of nowhere. You're exposed to ramp, to palace, and to connector. And to think that Eternal Fire would attack the A-bomb side in such a one-dimensional way, just sending 5 players up connector, well, most of the time that's not going to be the case. And now on the hunt, Eternal Fire are going to be able to take down at least one of those guns. Chelsea and Nok holding on to the M4 and the AWP, but 14-14. Once again, Eternal Fire not allowing Apeks to get around. Look at the pattern, Jack. That's 5 rounds in a row where we just haven't been seeing consecutive victories from either side. My voice is already done for, by the way. Just want to... just want to take that one out of question.
The voice is already
Ted
going.
Voice not found.
Yeah. Error 404. Ted Voice not found. And, well, Eternal Fire are going to hope that there's an error in Apeks finding this 15th round.
He's got it.
Like 7 close. As you heard it rattle off, but Zantares just overpowers him with the AK through the wall, headshot, down and out. Advantage Eternal Fire as they look to get onto map point and deny a map and series point for Apeks. As, again, an aggressive setup towards ramp. They like to do this an awful lot, Apeks.
Yeah.
And actually, another player is going to rotate over. Cillian is going to make his way towards A. The gamble play is coming out here from Apeks. I mean, they have usually worked out, but not.
I think now they don't. I think that's the first time they don't actually go A.
Yeah, this is maybe... Oh, I don't know.
Nah, surely they just split B, right? I mean, Calyx is alone with the bomb. Yeah, you're not going to send him alone towards round. That's going to be a big split. But now you can see that actually Chose is starting to move forward. And Cillian, close range, MP9. Are you a believer?
Well, if he goes down regardless, it's going to be the save here from the rest of his teammates.
No way.
Oh, he's done a lot of damage. Nobody there to get a refrag. However, Chawsey is going to try and get on the scene if he can.
Yeah, it should be the save.
Oh, yeah, it's a difficult place for Chawsey to get out of, though.
He's still looking for it, though. He's hoping that they give him some openings. And you can see that the Opera is rotating. Apeks looking like they're considering it, but yeah, now it's the save. Josie going down. I'm not a big fan of it, though. I think that in that scenario, you shouldn't be even thinking about it. I think you should be happy with having the chance to play for ulti in that scenario. And Eternal Fire, they're going to punish that aggression. Apeks crumbling under the pressure. Cillian doing his absolute best. He's currently sitting on 27 and 22. What more can the IGL do in that scenario? Well, I can tell you what. Be walksick, because it looks like he's leading his team towards the victory here on Mirage unless they get bamboozled in that final round.
Oh, Stiko. Well, he's been spotted, but it's only a FAMAS saved, and it's not a lot in the bank here from Apeks. 15-14, and it looks like a decider is on the cards. They're the Pinnacle odds. If you want to check them out, click the banner down below the stream. Head over using code WINTER22 when signing up as well. As we get back underway for what could be the last round of Mirage, but Apeks could force this overtime. Eternal Fire managed to do it to Apeks on Vertigo, and Apeks do the same, as we are going to see what looks like a faster play from Eternal Fire. Right towards mid, the pressure is being applied. Amor is just going to back away a little bit slower. And Eternal Fire, they've seen that this aggressive ramp setup has been played an awful lot. That's why they're being so cautious. Yeah, this is the issue I have with this round. They seem to always send the bomb solo Palace, and if Jacob takes him down, round's done and dusted.
Oh, Jacob, this is everything Stiko. He's gonna confirm that they're going out though, and Jacob, he's gonna drop the ladder. Stiko goes down. Jacob left with a max 7, trying to do the damage, trying to be the hero, but 1 kill is going to be all he achieves. A missed shot from the AWP is going to indicate his whereabouts as well. Nog forced out of position, and now they're just waiting. They're just relying on that flank coming in from Josie.
Imor has a flank of his own as well, and he could peek towards ladder and find a kill. Nock's going to be spotted. Oh, Imor eventually gets it. Oh, but look at Chawsey. Look at him here. Finds the first, there's the second. And now Calyx towards Palace is going to be alone. They know where Imor is as well. They have all the information. And the ball is in Apex's court. Cillian takes down Imor. Calyx in a 1 versus 1. He cannot win it. Chawsey, we spoke about his impact. How about that? A fantastic flank as he picks up 3 kills, forces it overtime, and look at it, Eternal Fire. Look at their faces. They know
that's just
that was
pure devastation. That's pure devastation. That's not even anger at this point. This is just them being like, I'm depressed. This is just that's not happiness on their faces. Well, not a lot of happy faces on Apeks as well, but this guy, we can see a bit of a smile from him, even though his camera has lagged out. But I'm sure that there was a bit of a tingling smile after this round. Chawsey single-handedly saving the day here for Apeks. Once again, they're just winning so many rounds that they shouldn't be. That's insane. So many rounds in a 2 versus 4, in a 3 versus 4, man disadvantage. They don't give a flying biscuit about them. And I wanted to say the F word so badly in that scenario because this has been an insane game. But Apeks, they're not letting go. They don't want to go to this either. They want to close it out. And Nock is picking up the pace. Zantara's out.
Zantara's down. Massive threat neutralized early in round 1 of OT. Flash comes in. Chawsey, beautiful peek, spots out the second. He has the info. Chawsey, you need to be careful. Leave it to your teammates as Jacob pushes in. However, Chawsey is there with the refrag. As that doesn't work out the way it was intended. Nock still peeking, still going aggressive. This is a statement here for Apeks. Eventually to kind of come to their senses and realize, okay, we do not need to keep, you know, getting aggressive and keep peeking into them. That's exactly what Eternal Fire want. So let's just play this one a little bit safer. A lovely high-low being played there towards short. If Woxic made his way forward, he would be completely taken down and out of the round. I can assure you that much. 35 seconds, Eternal Fire turn their attention to another part of the map, and it is going to be towards B, where it is going to be, I believe, a Cillian holding Chawsey as well.
Oh, and that's a deadly duo. Chawsey, he's been so effective in those closing rounds, and the Cillian, he's been the man of the hour. Chawsey is going to get burned alive, though. Are they going to be ready for a Cillian? This is such a nerdy angle. He's been spotted, but gets the kill. A really good reaction, leaving Woxic in a 1 versus 3. Lands the first, but there's not enough time. The plant not going to be a possibility. Not going to fall after the time, but it's still going to be a round for Apeks. And now I have a really good question going onto this one, Jack. Do Eternal Fire have the mental fortitude? Because we've spoken about them. They're really emotional. They're like Brazilians in the terms of it. But that emotional factor has a lot of strong sides, has a bit of bad ones as well. This is that you're taking those devastating rounds really emotionally as well. And these could actually haunt you. These are the rounds that just make you really upset. Even if you realize that you're still in the game, you're still, what, 15-16 down on the T side in overtime, and it's a really good map for you. You've been making them struggle big time. It's just you being afraid of that choke, because you've been choking so much in that second half.
Oh, the airstrike onto Imor. He's fuming. What can you do from
bombardment?
That? Absolutely.
Look at that.
Overwhelmed. He's still alive. Not for long. Jacob takes him down. Refrag from Woxic. Very important he hit that shot. Jacob down. And now Steek goes alone here towards A. He needs his teammates to arrive. He's screaming for the rotates to come in as he's hearing the sounds of the T's making their way onto the site. The flash is going to be good. Needs to get the kill. And it is a spray to forget from Steeko in a game to forget so far for him. A chance for Eternal Fire. Flashes goods and tires with the next shots. He gets a refrag. But it is through a smoke, and Nock has been spotted as well, so they have all the info. They know where the players are here for the CT side. As the bomb is going to be planted, Nock from CT, he switched up his position, but it's going to be difficult to get Xfloud out of the firebox. He has a HE, and if it lands perfect, if it lands flush, it could take him down, and that's exactly what it's done. Xfloud out of the round, a 2 versus 2 right now, as Eternal Fire try and hold on. Woxic watching the cross. He misses the shot. However, Chawsey crosses. The smoke is going to be used to good effect here as well. Nock, he's looking for the bomb. Loses his teammate in the process. Eventually finds it. It's planted default, where Calyx is going to be holding from Palace. Gets a double, 16-16. We're level again.
A massive round coming in from Calix. So much chaos towards the A-bomb side as well. I mean, at this point, Jack, it's all the tactics thrown in the bin, right? At this point, there is nothing tactical left in that game. It's just who's going to be able to hit the shots. And you have to be looking towards that 6 and 21 from Stiko, right? At one point, you need to start getting those. That was a fully flashed player in front of you. Stiko is just having a game to forget. You described it. And it's really devastating for him because everyone has those games, but to the back of his mind, he is the reason that Apeks haven't closed that one out just yet. Now that aggression towards middle is gonna catch Woxic off guard though. Nock transitioning from a super passive clutching over to a hyper aggressive Animo in overtime, but xFloud is gonna be able to take down csgo in response.
That's a good refrag there. csgo might be kicking himself a little bit that he did not manage to confirm that kill and confirm a 2-man advantage for Apeks. However, still a competitive round as we get into the last round of the first half of OT and Eternal Fire.
Stiko on an op.
To be heading towards this A bomb site. Yeah, Stiko on the AWP, so it's a double op. And I mean, I actually do like that call that they have put Stiko on the op. He's not hitting the shots with the rifle. Give him a scoped gun. See what he can do with that. Right now, the flash goes in. He's flashed off the angle. He's just playing for info, taking a little bit of damage. Good peek from Jacob. Centaurus is out of the round. Stiko connects with that one as he only needs one bullet to do it with that AWP. It's down to Calix and Immor in the last round of this one. And Stiko will connect with the next. Beautiful frags from him. And that'll give you some more confidence, mate. Right now, 25 seconds left. Stiko gets all three. That's a statement. What a recovery. We were so critical of Stiko there. Besides, you know what? I'm going to pick up the op. I'll do it with that, and shows that he still means business.
That's massive for him as well. You know, he is the type of guy that you're not going to be worried about in terms of his mentality and confidence. People tend to forget, Stiko is a really experienced player. He is a guy that has been a part of teams like Hellraisers, MOUZ Sports, Cloud9, Godsend, FunPlus Phoenix. He's actually a really experienced guy. And in terms of that, it's really good to see him recover. And for the sake of Apeks, that was a massive round coming in from Stiko. The fact that he gets the AWP, you pointed it out, realizing that the rifles aren't his strength on that CT side, make it just a little bit easier for him. Make him play the A-bomb side on the retake setup, just post it towards, stick it with the op, wait for the contact plays. They've been exploiting those just walkouts of ramp time and time again, and he just capitalized on it. A massive 3K coming in from Stiko, and if he wakes up, this could be some success coming in for Apeks. 17-16. They're going to go into the second half of OT with a round advantage, but the T side nonetheless wasn't really easy for them in regulation. Yes, they managed to win the half in an 8-7 fashion, but now Eternal Fire are going to be implementing the double op on their own.
It is something that they did that worked actually on their CT side. They've Immor on it. It's usually what they like to do. Because of course, Immor used to be the main opper in Sangle for just a little while.
Yeah.
And he's no stranger to the big green. He's already hit a few nice shots, but he'll need a few more. This is massive right now. This is such a huge round, and it's running thin on time if we begin to look at it. 35 seconds.
That smoke was miserably failed.
Oh, that is terrible. Absolutely disgraceful there. Right there. Oh,
they light up.
But he only gets one. That's a massive, massive mistake there right now that could just cost Eternal Fire.
Oh, no way.
He connects the shot onto Calix. Woxic, the last line of defense. He's dropped the bomb. And now, jsgo, look at the flank here. Oh, xFloud turns around in the nick of time. That's massive. Stiko, he's going to have to do it with the rifle. He's done it with the off. But right now, he's out of time. 6 seconds. There's no way he wins the round. He burns Woxic to a crisp. Immor with that up. Make sure that Eternal Fire get a 17th round. But that is on jsgo. jsgo should have got that kill. It was just when he was falling, the falling accuracy there really just changed that gunfight completely. But xFloud's reactions, man, we cannot fault them whatsoever.
Yeah, that was a godly kill coming in from xFloud. This is the thing that wins them the round in that scenario. If he goes down there, jsgo can just charge towards the AWP and Woxic is going to get surrounded. He just needs to hide towards Ticket if that happens, and that's going to open up so much space for the player towards the side to play with. They can actually plant the bomb default and not worry about Woxic because they know that he's going to be watching his back. So a massive round coming in for Eternal Fire. 17-17, we're leveled up once again. And Apeks, they go back to the same good old slow default towards middle, but Woxic is gonna deny a Cillian of an entry once again.
Oh, and Immor here as well. They're not going to be expecting the double up here. Not towards Connector. It doesn't matter. How about that? Haircut for Immor as
Bonus
Chelsea
fade as well.
yeah, rips him off that one. Santares, he's ready and holding, but he's not ready for Chelsea again, who has woken up
Payback.
so much on Mirage. He was asleep for the first half, and he's definitely awake for the second and OT as well. Looking for that map and series point. Apeks, they have the
that's
advantage.
massive. Now they just go B.
Yeah.
That's insane. They know they forced Woxic out of jungle. They know they forced him towards the A-bomb side partially, but now he's going to realize it. He's actually going to head over towards Kitchen. Calyx is in a bit of a rough spot. Now he's going to make his way back ticket, but it doesn't really matter. X-Floud is what matters, is he's going to pick up a double.
Already out though. X-Floud with 4.
No way.
Oh, what a round from X-Floud there. He's come up trumps in the last 2 rounds for Eternal Fire when they've needed him. It was 1 kill in the previous. He gets 4 this time. What a hold from him. Doesn't even need his upper. Doesn't need Woxic there. He can do it himself. 18-17 right now. 1 round away from taking the map and forcing an Inferno. Or the other side of the coin, we could be second or heading to a second overtime. That is all to play for here in this round, and Jacob, he is going very aggressive up short.
Yeah, he's just gonna run up and he's gonna get spammed through. Zantares takes him down. There was no one to flash through connector. There was a massive gap in the smoke as well, I think. Zantares spotting him out easily to get that 1 kill coming in from window. And now Apeks with a man down, they're going to head back towards the A-bomb side. The execute is going to come through. Not even an execute. It's just going to be a contact play as soon as the smoke fades.
Oh, Cillian's walked right through.
Oh, they're not going to be ready for it.
No.
They haven't made a noise. That's a free kill.
There's a free kill. Looking for a little bit more. Woxic on
No
default.
way.
Stico drops Santares. Woxic is still alive, but an op isn't the best of guns to have in this situation. Finds the first. X-Fly burns to a crisp. Woxic still alive, gets a second, and looking for more. Now Knock misses that shot, misses that opportunity maybe, but Cillian is going to help him out, and the last player has been spotted. It's Immor in a 1 versus 2. AWP in the hand. Knows where Knock is. Unsure of a Cillian, who has already got 3 kills, but it's not a Cillian to strike. It's Knock.
No way.
We're going to a second overtime, Ted.
What a massive run from Cillian. I was just about to say, Cillian was the reason for them to find success in those final 3 rounds of their T-side in regulation, right? You remember that triple entry, or rather that triple round where he just goes out middle, gets an early entry? This is what they try here with Jacob. They try and get him into a really good position and ladder, and then head over for the A-side play. Once he falls down, this becomes such a one-dimensional attack. They know if they make their presence known, they're going to be losing that one. The only chance is a contact. Catch them off guard. This is essentially what happens. And Woxic deciding not to go for a peek, he just overthinks it. He just gives Zantares away. He lets Zantares die without even fighting for it, and he's hoping that he can do more. But had he had an M4, that would have been better. With the AWP though, so much time in between those shots, so much time that you need to buy, makes it the least efficient weapon in the scenario. Even a pistol would have been better, and Woxic, even though he found 2 kills, even though he did so much, Apeks managed to convert 18-18. They're not out of it just yet. Second overtime on the cars, Jack.
Yeah, and I'm not disappointed about it, Ted. I really am, and I'm enjoying this game, mate. We are being treated here to some wonderful Counter-Strike, as you would expect, considering we are at the playoffs of the 3rd Pinnacle Winter Series. Woxic has found an opening kill, and well,
gotta go fast.
Yeah, Eternal Fire nearly found a second as well, but Knock gets out of there alive. There is the second. It eventually comes in, but it's not Knock, it's a Cillian that's been taken down. He's been dropped. Chelsea taking a little bit of damage from that HE as the bomb is heading towards B. Immor's going to spot the players crossing, as he is going to see that pixel angle. He is going to be holding. There's the jump peek. Immor misses the shot, has to deploy smoke to try and stay alive. He will just get out of there for the moment. 25 seconds though.
Josie already making his way up short. He's going to be able to find the first. Zantares shoots him back, and this should be sealing the round. Zantares with a double, leaving Knock in a 1 versus 4. 10 seconds. Just looking for a couple peeks. Maybe even holding on to the AWP. Nope, he's going to send it. Doesn't get a single one. Woxic is gonna shut him down. 19-18. Eternal Fire, they regain their lead.
Yeah, they do. Really good job there from them. The hold there towards that B site. And even though Amor doesn't actually hit that shot, just applying the smoke, just, you know, the HE as well. Delaying them, just keeping them there. There wasn't an awful lot of time, and it's just the power utility, really, isn't it? Now, the initial picks were nice. The aggressive setup from Eternal Fire as well. Let's not take anything away from that. And how about that for a peek? Knock, aggressive towards middle. Imor out of the round. Woxic towards under, as he is really the only support towards B right now. Jacob baits out the shot, has Woxic trapped. Has a molly to force him out of position now as well. Woxic standing in the fire. He's burning, and now he's trapped.
Yeah, he can't really go anywhere. He's a dead man. The question is, how many can he take down alongside him? And, well, the answer is none. Well, only Jacob. But that was a really good round coming in from Jacob. You know, them getting the kill onto Immer and Window, that makes him wonder, where is Woxic? And seeing Immer go for that tight angle peek on the right-hand side, it almost makes them wonder, okay, maybe he's trying to cover something. Maybe he's trying to bait out that there isn't anyone going in towards under. That just shows some great awareness. Beautiful. Speaking of awareness, Zantares, he's aware on how to utilize that smoke. Look at that from X-Flout. Oh, that's devastating.
Beautiful. Knock was ready. Was not going to allow his teammate to die that way. And Knock, he's going to find another as well. 3 kills for him in the round as Apeks get 19. Zantares backs away. Seen enough. No even point going for it, to be honest. I mean, there might be. But he does
that was a godlike.
Right?
That was a godlike deadlift coming in from Knock.
Yeah, that was absolutely massive. And even though, actually, just something to point out here. Even though Chazzy isn't having the best of games kills-wise, he's got 11 assists, so he's doing the damage, but he just isn't getting the kills in some scenarios.
He's been getting useful kills as well, right?
Yeah.
It's not like we can say that he's been crunching in numbers on anti-kills, exit kills, and so on and so on. Most of his kills have been... you remember the round when they were down 14-15. He saves the game without flanking the double kill coming in from T-Spawn. This is the impact of kills that he's been finding, right? And it has been like that in regulation as well. And when you look at the grand scheme of things, it has been a bit of a team effort coming in for Apeks. You know, most of them have been pulling their weight. Stiko managed to redeem himself with a really cool round some time ago, so we're not mad at him anymore. Well, we weren't mad at him. We were just highlighting the fact that he's been having a bit of an off day, but happens to everybody. Now Apeks, they go for a tactical timeout. You know, someone might want to catch a bit of a breather, but if you don't want to be catching any breathers, you want to be catching Elo instead, make sure you head over to Extrafy, use our code Winter10, you're going to get 10% off really nice peripherals. And you know, if you get the best mice and keyboards and mouse pads in the game, you're going to be catching a lot of Elo. I can tell you that for free. Nice stuff.
Why aren't you catching any Elo then?
Jack, we're here to speak about other people play CS. We're not here for you to speak about me playing CS.
Sorry. Okay, back to it.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. You insulting me in front of God knows how many people. Guys, don't mind him. He's just jealous.
Right now, you're gonna see how jealous Woxic can be. It's not green envy, it is the big green that is in his hand. You'll see what he can do with it, as he is being put under just a little bit of pressure. The smoke allows him just a little bit of space, but Asilian's actually walked through. This is such a cheeky play. Alex finds Chazzy, and now Asilian looking for that kill. Zantares yet to peek out here from under the balcony. Imor loses his life. There's the up or down as Calyx is dropped. Zantares and X-Cloud though combined with 2. It's Jacob and Stiko, the 2 players left standing, as they know exactly where Zantares is. Woxic is maybe here to help as well. Smoke goes down. Jacob peeking from the stairs drops in towards Sandwich. Stiko was looking for him, but hasn't spotted him just yet. Woxic sees him, Zantares swings, and that's a free kill. Jacob now the last player standing in a 1 versus 3. Zantares is spotted, needs to get the kill out the Woxic. He's found it as well. A 1v1 now versus X-Cloud. The HP is low, but he only needs 1 bullet. That's all. He needs to recover the bomb, however. X-Cloud knows this. X-Cloud spotted him. There's the peek. Oh, that one was close. 20-19. Eternal Fire have the advantage going over onto the T side. Oh, but what an attempt from Jacob there.
I was shaking. I was standing on the edge of my chair, just shaking, being like, no, God, please, no, not like that. But in the end of the day, xFloud is there to get the better out of him. I can swear that I could see in my head how he just lands the one tap on the headshot angle. And he played it really well, right? He manages to post himself into a headshot fight against xFloud. In the end of the day, just goes just a little bit wider. Of course, pressured by time, but Eternal Fire up 20-19. But the CT sides have been the better ones for both teams, and a bit of an NA molly from Immer, showing us that he's been following the NA RMR Open qualifiers, watching some CS.
That joke will never get old.
Nope, never.
Oh, knock. You need to be careful, bud. This is a shot, but gets away with just a scratch as he escapes with 60 HP. It looks like it's going to be an A split a little bit later in the round. The flash goes in, so now Eternal Fire know that Apeks have the information towards the ramp, and they might be ready for an aggressive ramp position. We know Apeks, they like to play it. Stiko's actually going to sit in there as well. He's going to sit very aggro.
That's deadly. He's going to spot the feed.
Oh, he sees the feed. Yeah, Santaris is down. Woxic gets the refrag. Very important to do so, but the bomb is spotted, and now they know exactly what's going on. Chawsey in towards the ramp, tucks into the corner. Immor finds Jacob, and he will spot Chawsey if he swings. Chawsey has to move, tries to take down Woxic,
no
will
way.
do so. Knock with the next. Immor down. Cillian finds a kill as well, as Calyx is left in a 1 versus 3. There's 35 seconds left. He has to try and isolate the fights, and he's doing so. Gets the headshot onto Cillian as well. It's all down to Chawsey. He knows exactly where he is. The flash goes in. Fakes the reload for the push from Chawsey, but Chawsey's going to back away. He's got a molly as well, Ted. He can just drop this, delay for even further. As now Calyx, he has to push on through. He's burning. Chawsey takes him down. What a round from Apeks.
Oh my God, Chawsey stepping up once again. That's what we spoke about. It's not quantity, it's quality he is after. What a phenomenal way to play the 1 versus 1 in the end as well, you know. He realizes that Calyx will have to run through the molly, and he will have to go for the kill. He knows that Calyx doesn't have the time to just wait it out, pick up the bomb, and go for a bomb plant. That's the reason you see him molly it off and then fall back and reposition. Because he knows that as soon as Calyx goes into the Molotov, he can't just pick up the bomb and go out of it. He needs to go through and commit to a fight. A really good round, but look at that for a response from Woxic.
And there was the info there as well. They knew that there was another player out of the window, so they have an idea that there was an aggressive mid setup coming in here, or an aggressive
even
mid
tags
play.
down Jacob as well.
Yeah, but look, they back away. Look at Woxic's position. They aren't going to overstay their welcome there. Cillian not playing the pixel angle. He is just going to drop that AWP over now to Jacob, who is low HP. Jacob's going to be tested here again shortly. Now, did he spot out the player? I believe so. That's why the molly is going down. Eternal Fire, loads of time.
I think you rotate another player towards the A-bomb side if you're Apeks right now. Jacob just calls for it. He's like, yeah, they're just trying to make me anxious. They're just trying to put some pressure under me, but nothing's happening. It's just some jiggles. It's just some grenades, but nothing's actually happening with this one. That's not gonna fake him out. Even though he spots one, now he can go for a rotate, but he spotted only one player. Needs to pick up the kill though. That is massive. Immer calls it, but there's not enough time. They can't actually rotate. Do Apeks realize it though?
Well,
I think they do.
Now they do. Stiko's found that kill. There's 30 seconds. There is enough time to rotate, but if Cillian gets into underpass here, that could be massive. But instead, he goes to take the fight with Immor, which is a fight he's going to lose. Knock is going to be here now as well, but decides not to go through the window. Eventually goes towards short.
He can catch the ball.
Yeah, he could, but Immor's holding. Now, if he overpeaks over, commits, so Knock's going to be tagged down, and Immor hits the second as well. It's on Stiko. What a round this would be if he could clutch it out, but Immor is on an absolute tear. Immor gets 4 and gets Eternal Fire onto map point. Last round of the second OT. Are we going to a triple OT, Ted?
Oh, Jacob is going to be regretting that one as well. He knows that if he gets the kill, especially after they pick up the Palace player, this is an Apeks round. You know, Jacob gets the kill onto Immer. It's all done and dusted. But Immer does so much on his lonesome, and he was supposed to be the decoy. Let's be real about it. That was never meant to be the targeted bomb site coming in from Eternal Fire. Immer just has to walk out, make his presence known, potentially drag another player so that they know they're not walking into a stacked bomb side once again. This is the thing that, you know, you remember that one round when they just walked out B in a 4 versus 3 and all 3 players from Apeks were on that bomb side. Feels like ages ago, right? This is the thing that Eternal Fire wanted to avoid in that scenario, but, well, they didn't. They didn't avoid it. Well, they did, but that's because Immer just annihilated everybody. And now we're going into a technical timeout. What better in a map point in second overtime? Well, at least we have some time to speak about Pinnacle, Jack. Want to take our audience about it?
Yeah, of course. If you guys want to get in on the action, you can click the banner down below the stream. And you can sign up using code WINTER22. Make sure you're gambling responsibly, though, if you are going to take advantage of the odds that do be popping up on your screen throughout the Pinnacle Winter series, as we are going to have a quick look at the player cams, and they look calm, but you can kind of sense there's a little bit of nerves there as well. I mean, you can see the restless leg syndrome there, just getting ready, waiting for people to get back. I believe this is probably just a toilet break, as these can get very intense, and you don't want to go
they've been playing for a long time, so we can't really judge them on a toilet break. It has been, what, 3 hours, and we're on map 2.
I'm dying for one myself, to be honest, but sadly I don't get that luxury. Sadly, I have to stay here. So.
Oh, maybe you do. Maybe I can just we can just pretend that I've been speaking all over the time, and you've been here and listening to me.
I pretend to listen to you anyway, so you know it wouldn't really make that much of a difference, would it?
You know, you're a cruel man.
Yeah, that's actually
the bad. He's the bad guy in our relationship as casters. You know,
that's 2 now really uncalled for digs that I've gone for against you. So I am sorry for that one. I really.
At least you have. Yeah, truth be told, I called you fat, but that wasn't on broadcast. So yeah, fair enough.
Oh well.
Oh, that has been a bit of a. It has been a bit of an orthodox one, right? It makes you feel that whoever goes on to face Heroic is gonna have equal chances, right? I feel like it doesn't give us the vibe of, oh, okay, if Apeks actually managed to turn this around and take on Heroic tomorrow when they lose, we couldn't be saying, oh, if it was Eternal Fire, it would have been different. And the same way around. If Eternal Fire go on to face Heroic and lose, we can't say, okay, if it was Apeks, it would have been different. Because this matchup so far has shown us these 2 teams are on the exact same level. This is the thing. They make the same amount of mistakes. They make the same amount of really good kills. They make the same amount of really good individual plays. They're pretty much the same. And well, we're going to see if they're going to be the same in this round as well as Apeks. They'll want to be just a little bit better in terms of taking us to a triple overtime. Eternal Fire get yet another chance at closing out this one and taking us to a decider, and Xantares, that's a step in the right direction, even though it's not on a gun that we're used to seeing him on.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an unorthodox one, especially with Imor as well. Actually, talking about, guns that we're not used to seeing, there was an SG there, and I think that was a misbuy, so that's going to be dropped. The AKs are going to be wielded. It's going to be A. It's not going to be B, and it's going to be...
I'm telling you, they don't molly this one out. csgo has got the round in his hands.
Yeah, that's the thing, though, but it also has SKADE on a rifle. We have seen him struggle. Flash goes in. As the execute comes in, they're not going to molly him out just yet. csgo is still in prime position. Takes down Xantares. There's Caleb looking for X-Flow. SKADE's going to peek out. You were dead right, Ted. I was wrong to question you. As right now, SKADE will find one more. It's all left onto Woxic. 1 HP, but he gets it into a 1 versus 2. And the op, as we all know, it only needs 1 bullet. However, it is all about Woxic being seen, and the nade seals it. csgo with a beautiful position himself and SKADE combine. Eternal Fire once again cannot convert a round that they have an advantage in.
This game will never end, Jack. I'm telling you, that was such an insane setup. You know, in all of these scenarios, the calls from this man have been insane. You know, Asilian, he's been giving the best ideas possible considering the circumstances for Apeks, right? Every single time there is a play happening from Eternal Fire in a game-winning round, Apeks have the right setup. Apeks have the right idea. And Eternal Fire not mauling it off Sandwich in that scenario, well, they're going to be regretting it just a little bit, but Woxic, He's really quick to kick things off in this round. The double push towards under, though, might catch them a little bit surprised.
Oh, Xcloud swings in. He wasn't ready. Elsewhere, Stiko's been taken down by Immor. That's a great entry to find. But look at the bomb. And if they push through here, Apeks just push through. They'll see it. No, they go back. Oh, that could have been...
they have no clue.
That could have ended in
I think
tears.
now they hear the flash. Now they're going to realize, why would they be flashing this one off? And it might be just clicking in, but it's a little bit too late, unfortunately. Eternal Fire going to be crossing onto the bomb side. That's going to be an extremely tough retake. Maybe they can just maybe catch the bomb before it makes its way into the bomb side, though.
Oh, it's going to be denied.
No way.
Calyx has been dropped through the smoke. Caecilian connects with it.
The smokes are going to start fading now.
Yeah, and Jacob's already pushed through a little bit here. He's using that smoke to his advantage. Knock is here to support. And actually, they're all waiting on Immor's flank, which they have no idea about. Knock hits the shot. God. And now it's Xantares and Woxic.
They're locked in.
They have to go towards A. They have to try and get it down, but it's a big kill there. Woxic drops Jacob, trying to bait out the shot. Knock cannot connect. Caecilian, he's watching the cross here, but the bomb is planted on default. It's a 2 versus 2. How many times have we seen this? A 2v2 retake here. As smoke goes down, flash goes over. Knock. He's waiting for Caecilian to get into position. 2 ops versus an op and an AK. Caecilian's molly is going to force Xantares out of position. As he actually is not going to burn just a little bit. Caecilian walks onto the angle. The molly doesn't spread. Xantares is going to be safe, especially with Woxic looking over him, because he's not missing.
35 kills, 4 in the round for the man Woxic, reminding us of his best days. 22 first round in the third overtime going in favor of Eternal Fire. It feels like this game is just never gonna end. It feels like no one can miss a shot. Everyone's in the zone right now. All the tactics, all the strat books just out through the window. It's simply individual skill what we're witnessing right now. We're just waiting to see who's gonna make less mistakes and who's gonna be the better individually in that overtime. What an insane play coming in from Woxic. Apeks making the best out of it. It felt really scary for a second there in the moment that they had 2 players going in towards CT. The denial of the plant as well through the smoke coming in from Caecilian was massive. That was the only thing that gave him a chance in the round, but Eternal Fire, they managed to come back into it, or well, Woxic manages to find a path back into it for them nonetheless. But speaking of which, speaking of Opers and Impact, take a look at that Oper.
Yeah, but the molly forces Jacob into a fight that he didn't really want to take. He tried to be quick and get into position, but he was not going to be able to. Stiko doing damage through the smoke. Does not spot Xantares already through. This could get scary right now. And yeah, the nerves there as he hovers over his head. Of course, he doesn't realize just yet. Stiko's gone down. Timing is everything towards jungle. Immor with a beautiful headshot onto Chelsea as Knock. He's holding for the cross, but the bomb is going to be planted here. Caecilian, how has he got that kill? It's going to be refragged, however. Knock misses that next shot, misses a second, and you cannot get many more chances than that. If you're not going to take it in 2, you do not deserve a third, and it could be over in third overtime, Ted, as we look at maybe a clean T-side from Eternal Fire. That is up for grabs right now.
Even 2 rounds on the T side looks like a lot from Eternal Fire, right? Even 2, but the potential of 3, and Caecilian, he's on 38 kills. He's on touching distance of the 40 bomb mark, and it's just not enough. It simply seems like it's not enough. He's picking up kills left, right, and center with that double AWP, with that secondary big green, but his teammates just falling over towards the A-bomb side. And look at Eternal Fire switching up the pace now, but Chelsea is going to be ready lightning fast coming in from Immer.
He landed the dink, Chelsea, but the M4 getting overpowered by the AK right now as Caecilian is going to lose his life. Jacob now putting up a defense from the back of the site as he gets to and needs to delay for as long as possible. A good smoke keeps him alive right now as the nade pushes Xcloud out of position a little bit. Jacob might try and walk around, but Xcloud, look what he's doing. He's already around. Jacob's not going to be ready. Oh, finds that kill. Knock and Stiko. It is up to you to try and deny a perfect T-side from the Eternal Fire lineup. Bomb planted, and Stiko is still a little bit away as he thought it was A, and now he has to do it alone. He was way too far to be any support for Knock, who just got too aggressive. Now, in a 1 versus 3, he spotted out. There's the info, and surely that is it for Eternal Fire to pick up a 3rd round in a row.
No
but
way.
Stiko might
No
just
way.
deny it. He's found 2. He's running out of time. He's running out of HP as well. He's down to 12. Looking for X-Floud. Not going to be ready for the tuck position as X-Floud clutches up. But man, oh man, my heart cannot take it. I can only imagine.
Look at his heart. Look at his heart. He's just bouncing on the chair. He just can't take it anymore. Yeah, look at the time. Yeah, guys. I can't believe that we've been playing this best of 3 for 3 hours already. I told my girlfriend we'll be out by now.
Oh, well,
that's why he's checking on the Instagram. He's like, yeah, I have so many chicks in the DMs, and I'm here playing, what, 10,000 overtimes? Man, screw that. CS is life.
4th overtime if we consider the overtime on Vertigo. Right now, Eternal Fire, they want to get it over and done with, and there is a beautiful way to start things off. Immor and Zantares, they find a kill apiece. Right now, Chawsey on that AWP. Of course, no stranger to the op, but does not get a chance to peek as Calyx takes him down. Stiko drops Immor, and we're into a 2v4. This should be an Eternal Fire round, but Calyx misses an opportunity to connect onto that one. However, Stiko's been taken down. It's all on knock. He finds himself in the clutch situation one more time. How many ops are looking at him? The answer is 3. He's going to be flashed off. That was his last flash used as well. A minute left on the clock. Finds that headshot onto Zantares. He's not going down without a fight, but he has to try and isolate the fights. That's going to be difficult. Bomb on his back as he walks into the bomb site. Walks it. He has the pistol in hand. USP is not going to be ready. As he creeps his way out, he's not going to be spotted here either, but he's not going to be ready. 25-21, finally, Mirage. It has reached its conclusion, Ted, but we do not have a winner just yet. Extra is out there. He's gone. He's seen enough. He wanted
to go. He wanted to go to the White House too badly.
Exactly. And well, you're going to have an opportunity to do that as we're going to send it to a short little break. We'll be right back with this thrilling decider. It's going to be Inferno. Make sure you don't go anywhere. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Pinnacle Winter Series, as we are going into the knife round of the decider. And of course, customary to the playoffs, the winner of the knife round just wins the series. We don't actually play it out all together, so whoever wins this, they're going through, and it is Eternal Fire. Congratulations, guys. You know, the game's gone on too long. There we go, Eternal Fire, they are your winners, Ted. I know.
You wish. That was a terrible joke.
I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this, man.
Yeah. Okay. For those of you fellas at home wondering what we're doing here in that unholy hour, unholy because it's really late. This is the final game of the first round of playoffs. It's the round of 16. Winner of this one proceeds and takes the final place left in the quarterfinals, and is going to be facing off Heroic. Of course, we kick things off with a nice 2-0 victory for SKADE over Wisla Krakow. They're going to be taking on Dignitas in the quarters. Then GamerLegion managed to overpower Endpoint. They're going to be playing Copenhagen Flames. And UNGENTIUM upset MOUZ NXT in a 2-1 fashion, booking their place against SKADE. And well, right now, we're on the third and final map between Eternal Fire and Apeks. Map number 1, Apeks managed to kind of steal away after a bit of an overtime drama on Vertigo. Walking into their own map pick of Mirage, they got absolutely stomped. Well, I say absolutely stomped. They lost in triple overtime to Eternal Fire. But yeah, they weren't given a bit of an easy task. And, well, here we are, Inferno Decider.
Here we are, and what a place to settle it right now, as the pistol so far going in Apex's favor. Antares gets a kill back to try and help out Calyx with his Julies. They're going to pick up Steak though. Antares looking for some more. Eventually runs out of ammo. The trade not going to be in there for Woxic because Chelsea finds 2. And it's all left onto Calyx. The Jewel
Late to the party.
Yeah, he's way too late. Not a lot of time for him to really get much done. And it is going to be an Apeks. The pistol, although Calyx is going to pick up a few more kills, he's going to lock them into the bomb site at least and make sure that nobody does survive. Apeks with the advantage starting off.
Yeah, that's actually going to limit just a little bit the investments coming in from Apeks into that second round. Is going to make it a little bit harder for them to mount a decent one, but still nonetheless winning the round is going to give him the advantage walking into number 2. Now, an interesting thing about Inferno, an interesting prospect, both teams actually have played Inferno twice so far, or rather picked Inferno twice so far, I should correct myself, in the tournament. Apeks did pick it against MOUZ NXT and they ended up losing it. And they picked it against Alternate Attacks and won it. So for them, it's kind of a 50-50 whenever they chose to play Inferno willingly. For Eternal Fire, it was the pick against Astralis Talent, if I'm not mistaken, and against GamerLegion. And they ended up winning both series. The GamerLegion won respectively 2-0 and Astralis Talent 2-1. Even though the Inferno wasn't as easy as they might have hoped for it to be. Nuke was the saving grace back then. I was actually hoping we get a Nuke Decider, but hey, Inferno is the best one in the book, so yeah. Lovely jubbly.
Yeah, I'm excited for this Inferno Decider. It's nice. It's gonna be nice to see this one kind of reach its conclusion.
Yeah, that's the new map in the map, by the way, Decider.
Decider, yeah.
We need a map like that. That would be the ultimate Decider.
Decider, the ultimate Decider. A good name for like a cider drink, you know, like a CSGO team.
Oh yeah,
cider drink, you know. Like,
yeah. This is where you draw the line between boys and men. D-cider.
This is the D-cider. Well, I mean, if it was cider, you wouldn't be able to drink it if you were a boy. So it'd have to be, you know, an alcoholic beverage. But you know, that is our idea. So you know, I'm gonna trademark that.
Both me and you just want to go and grab drinks after the game, right?
Yeah. Dying of the thirst.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Guys, you can grab the best odds in the game, though. Maybe no drinks.
Maybe not. But you can grab the best odds if you want to head over to Pinnacle and sign up using code WINTER22. You can click the banner down below the stream. It'll bring you right over there. And get involved, because there's still a lot of time for you to actually get involved in this game while the odds are still going to be pretty close. They're going to be pretty good, but they might be slightly leaning towards Apeks after these first 2 rounds.
Yeah, they could. This is the dream start from them. Although Eternal Fire are going to be quite delighted with the fact that they hold on to the FAMAs. The Scout, of course, for Woxic. Should be looking at him if you want a player to pretty much underline and bold. for this map, but in the end of the day, you're gonna get a bit of a bonus. It's gonna be an eco nonetheless. A healthy amount of HEs being thrown away, just jiggling in spawn. So Eternal Fire is still able to kind of get a second chance at that last round. Make sure that you get the best out of the pistols, the FAMAs, the scout. You can do some damage. Not going to be relying on winning this one too heavily, though. You're still going to be able to get the big guns in the next one, but it could be a bit of a nice bonus if you were able to steal it away, which, fair enough to them, they did a healthy amount of times, or well, unhealthy for Apeks on Mirage.
Yeah, there's a lot of ecos that just should not have gone Eternal Fire's way, and Apeks are going to be pretty annoyed about it, because that could have been the series done and dusted 2-0. However, it was not, but they have the chance to close it out, to rectify their mistakes, and they're going to try and do it in this round by making their way towards B once again, as they haven't really figured out that there's another bomb site on this map just yet after the first 3 rounds. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, I suppose, Ted.
Yeah.
As they make their way onto this B side again, they have control of it. A little bit of damage been taken by the T side, however. I don't know if Eternal Fire, they're toying with the idea of maybe going for this, but that smoke should definitely seal it, and Woxic should be telling Centaurus, come on back.
Yeah, you know, a really interesting thing about Inferno, this is actually one of the really good maps for Woxic on that AWP. He's averaging, I think it was around 1.16, even a little bit lower rating in since the beginning of the year. Well, it is 1.16 for sure in the past 3 months, but on Inferno, since the beginning of the year, he's averaged 1.2. Of course, Centaurus is just a little bit over him, standing on 1.21, but normally Woxic is a really good performer. Normally Calyx is really decent on that CT side. You know, you always want your pit player to be doing a lot of damage, even though it might sound a bit awkward for some of you that haven't been following CS for some time. Speaking about a pit player in a team where Centaurus is participating and that not being him. But yeah, Calyx is actually doing a good job. And I think that Centaurus is getting involved in the action a little bit more from his position towards short. And from time to time, even being the rotation player when they're starting with a 3-man setup towards B does make a little bit of, or does give him a little bit of an edge. And it's really nice when I speak about something and it actually comes to fruition. Makes me look like I know what I'm saying.
It does indeed.
Diversion created it.
Does not usually happen
successfully.
Too much, but... Well, looking for a little bit of success here is going to be Cillian, who buys a molly and is going to try and make his way towards Woxic to try and take him down. Not ready for Amor, as the M4 gets the better of the AK on that occasion. Nock won't be able to go for a refrag, and I don't think he's going to be too pushed to really go for one, as the smokes are there and he is also alone and has the task of acquiring the bomb. Apeks sights set on this A bomb site now, as they've got onto B really without any issue time and time again. How about A? That's the question. Centaurus dinked up, Stico takes him down. Calyx is kind of alone here for a second. Oh, that was a massive kill from xCloud. If Chelsea gets that, that's the round done and dusted. Nock knows Calyx is in towards the pit. Goes looking for him, and Calyx completely unaware that Nock was already up short.
He is not going to find himself onto a free bomb site. Stun going to come through, but Immer wins another crucial fight. Feels like every single one of those just went in favor of Eternal Fire in that round, but let's not ride Nock out of it just yet. Gets two, turns around. He knows where Immer is, and what a clutch coming in from Nock, showing us that he can do it on the rifle as well, even though it's not an AK, even though it's just the Galil. Nock doesn't miss a shot, isolates 3 separate 1v1s, and wins the round for Apeks.
Oh, that's a tilter right there for Eternal Fire. It was in your hands. That was your round.
I was genuinely ready to overlook it, by the way.
Oh, I could hear it in your voice that you were ready to overlook it.
Just the intonation that I was going for. I was like, yeah, sure. He's not going to be winning this one. Maybe 1 kill. Yeah, Psych
gets all 3 and wins the round and denies Eternal Fire their first round of this decider. And the longer that goes on, the more confidence that Apeks are going to build, the morale of the Eternal Fire side is going to be completely deteriorated if this keeps going on, especially if they keep getting close and not pushing that round over the line. They're going to maybe show a little bit of anger, you know, maybe might get a little bit frustrated with the way things have been going. Pop coming in, walks it going, he gets one.
Okay.
Op picked up by Xantares, and Jacob completely unaware that the op had been retrieved. He's going to lose his life. Can Chawsey and Asilian hold on to this ace site as Eternal Fire? They do have their sights set on this retake.
Oh, but the smoke is going to delay for so long. Asilian actually decides against it. They have a flash, though. It's not good. They dodge it, and now Chelsea a 1 versus 3. That would be everything. Another 1 versus 3 on the card. Surely not! Surely not! But Chelsea, he's gonna get all 3 headshots! Eternal Fire, what do you need to do to win a round? Well, apparently you need to be spawned in an empty server, because as long as there is a living player on the side of Apeks, you're not getting anything done, my friends.
Back-to-back 1 versus 3s for Apeks and Eternal Fire.
Jack, what is going on? Hold my hand, I'm afraid.
Bishop was like, yeah, okay, we're going to definitely call a timeout after those two. Chawsey, how about that? Beautiful from him.
2 consecutive 1v3s as well.
Yeah, sip your water, mate. You know, you make it look easy, don't you? I wish it was that easy. It is not. Let me tell you that. It's not as easy as they make it out to look. Definitely not. But Eternal Fire, what did they really do wrong in that? Yes, okay, we can be critical. Yeah, not really. We can't really be too critical of the first one. The first one was just good play around the site. That one, just the shots.
I guess you can find mistake. Like it's a 3 versus 1, Jack. As much as we were trying to give it up all on Apeks not giving them a chance, well, you have chances. It's just the way that you're approaching it. The first play, you need to be playing with the 2 players from short on better timing, like or on better spacing rather. They need to be closer to one another. You could see that there was a massive gap in between them. The first guy just didn't wait for his teammate to play it together. That's the mistake in the first one. And the mistake in this one, well, after you spot him towards, I believe, he gets the first kill, fair enough, right? You're not ready for him. You don't know where he is just yet. You know that the flash was coming through, but he had enough time to reposition. The first kill, all right. Then there should be an immediate swing from both players. One on the short strafe next to card, the other one just wild swinging to get his crosshair out of the target. That's the way you should be playing this one if you're Eternal Fire. But in the end of the day, Chelsea makes it look easy, you know? He doesn't really give them a lot of space.
Oh, beautiful flash, and this is a lot better for Eternal Fire as they're just picking Apeks apart, really. It's the only way to describe it right now is Immor retreats, thanks to some utility from his teammate.
Surely they win this one, right?
I think they win it cleanly as well, Ted. Especially with Woxic posted on this angle, gets off it. Knock, not going to be able to find the head of the Opera towards short. But needs to be careful because Calyx is already pushed all the way deep. They're going to miss each other on a timing. However, the bomb will be discovered. So, Knock. Idea here is just to save. But this could be an issue, especially with Calyx in this position when he peeks up to clear out Banana, maybe. But sure, they know he's in despawn, so this is a little bit strange.
Yeah, he's just gonna hold on. I guess I'm a fan of Eternal Fire just stopping right now. Just make sure that you're not moving anymore. Don't lose any guns. Yeah, maybe they were hoping to get his AWP out of his hands. Now they're gonna be just a little bit devastating that they didn't find him. Where has Nog gone? Mr. Houdini.
It was a little bit of confusion. Sorry, Woxic was actually off the angle. That's why he was able to cross back.
He was repositioning from short towards boiler. I believe he dropped second middle and then peeked it again. So yeah, that was that slight gap. But in the end of the day, that was a really good round going in for Eternal Fire. I feel like they were a little bit fortunate that they missed him as well, because he could have taken a couple bodies down with himself, and the Deets would have been able to reinvest no matter if he saves or no. And in that scenario, that's good for the economy of Eternal Fire. But look at the switch of pace.
Woxic starts things off. A lovely kill onto Chawsey. Jacob jumping through the molly. That's a lunacy play out here from Jacob. 3 players the other side of the smoke. There's only 1 player here towards A, and there he is. Calyx spotted out, drops into safety, and still finds another kill. However, Molly and Knock burns him to a crisp, and Tara's tries to find a kill onto Steeko. Eventually, he'll get the nade out. That should seal it. Now Knock is left in a 1v4. Everybody's here from Eternal Fire. Knock with lightning quick reactions. Finds the first, but Woxic denies the second. As Eternal Fire will not be denied a second CT round.
Let me tell you what, Knock has been extremely quick throughout this series. And this is the Knock I want to be seeing, right? I feel like people tend to forget, especially because of his low rating as well, and because he's not been putting so many numbers on the board, or such high numbers on the board. I feel like people tend to forget that this guy was picked up by NIP, benched, and then once again re-signed to the first roster after some time. So he is a man that I believe that his skill is just unquestionable. You can't really put that under any doubt. Even from his time back in GamerLegion, from before that in Existence Galaxy, he is actually a really good oper. And for him to be playing with so much confidence, and I can tell that for certain, he's playing with joy. You can see that from the way that he's moving, from the shots that he's hitting, from the risks that he's been taking. It makes me really happy. It also makes me happy to see that Woxic is answering back, and both of these opers are just showing their true selves, and both of them are just showing their A game, and this is what you need. They realize that this is not just the game that they need to win in order to play Heroic. No, this is a game where they need to play as if they are playing Heroic, because you're going to be facing a tier 1 side in the next one if you win this. So you need to be picture perfect.
I really like this matchup so far because it's bringing out the best in both rosters, really, isn't it? It's been a spectacle, certainly.
Maybe the only thing that could make it better if me and you were in the server.
Better for the audience because there'd be probably more laughable moments, definitely more whips. I can tell you the betters would definitely not want to see us in there. They'd be betting against us. They'd have their house on us to be whiffing shots. Santara's not whiffing too much. As Steeko comes flying out of the apartments, Calyx deals with him nicely. Woxic will not need to connect onto a shot until the player onto the site, as Calyx does the rest. Eternal Fire get a third.
Yeah, I like this. You know, normally Eternal Fire had a different approach, a different setup to that anti-eco round. In a lot of the scenarios, you could see them being really aggressive towards brackets and wanting to catch a bit of a crossfire then and pretty much lure the pistols into a meat grinder. But a lot of the times, or maybe in their past 3 or 4 Infernos that I've watched, I think like 60 or 70% out of those rounds just collapsed. So I like the idea of them just dragging back a little bit, maybe deciding, you know what, we're going to let them have brackets. We're going to farm them as soon as they walk closer to the bomb site. I think this is a better setup for them. I think this is a better approach. And well, speaking of good approaches, that's going to be nice for Immer.
Oh, Jacob needs to get a refrag
Risky.
here. Oh, yeah, risk it for the biscuit, and in the end, you end up with nothing.
Danger.
As X-Floud gets a double. Backs away. His multi-frag potential has been quite something for the side of Eternal Fire when he's needed to. He has stepped up and delivered. And it looks like it could be another round delivered right to the front doorstep of Eternal Fire. It's Chauzy and Steeko. They might just try and test this B bomb site, but X-Floud again, and there's a Molly as well in the hands of Zantares. Oh, don't want to be a naysayer, but I don't think it's going to be undone unless a shot like that has been hit by Chauzy.
Now this is a bit interesting. Zantares is all alone. The rotations are going to start arriving, but they're not going to be here in time, so they're actually going to have one versus one against Zantares. There's the flash. It's absolutely perfect. Zantares going to be able to capitalize on a kill, and this is what they needed. Lovely flash assistance coming in from Woxic. Bomb going to go down. Needs to pinch in the numbers quickly. Woxic actually going just a little bit over aggressive for my liking. That is Chauzy going to try and white swing him. Takes him down. Switches to the AWP. And now it's a 1 versus 1. That's another 1v3 on the cars, Jack. No way.
Chauzy.
Oh, you're a criminal. You are an absolute criminal, my friend.
Filthy from Chauzy again. Another 1 versus 3 clutch. Man, what are we seeing here? Apeks are going to call a timeout because the blood's flowing right now. That will get you pumped up. And do you know what's the interesting thing? Apeks are 3 rounds in the lead. Steeko and Asilian have a combined total of 1 kill. So, Steeko, he's got 1. Asilian yet to register 1. Chauzy's 13. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
That is
he's just
absolutely
putting up a
ridiculous.
one-man show right now. You
Yeah.
can see it. It's a bit of a team effort coming in from Eternal Fire, and normally we're used to seeing that vice versa, right? We're used to seeing that other way around. A team like Apeks would be pulling their numbers together, just dragging themselves out of the hole as a unit, and then you would have Eternal Fire, for example, Centaurus or Woxic or Immer just hyper performing and carrying. That was Vertigo, right? That was what Vertigo was all about. But now it's the other way around. It's just Cholsey being an absolute demigod right now, sent from Thor and Odin and Freyr to make Ragnarok happen for Eternal Fire. On the other hand, a lot of these Apeks players have been underperforming, but they're still up. It's T-Side Inferno. They're up 6-3.
I wasn't too sure there. Did Chelsea have a lot of bullets in that AK? Or was he swapping over to the Glock surely for the speed of the peak?
Yeah, it was because of the speed, and then he knew that he was low HP, so yeah, he just wanted to make him miss. Even a Jiggle wouldn't be an option, because if he gets tagged down through the wall, it's still him going down. So yeah, it was the speed boost.
Yeah. That's pretty interesting. You don't see that too often, but it's when you're kind of reading into it, it worked out. I mean,
yeah,
worked wonders.
And you know that if you bait out the shot, you're going to be getting the kill nonetheless. So it doesn't really, like, either way you're going to be taking him down. It doesn't really matter if you're with the AK or the Glock.
Yeah. Oh no, I just didn't see how many bullets he had, but nice play. Gives Apeks a 6th, and they're going on the hunt for a 7.
Yeah,
what a
the
way.
B execute. Actually, they posted the ceiling in a really good position right now. I love that play. He can go for a kill. He can try and be a little bit interesting, and you can see they have no idea he's there. They know that CT is a possibility, but they're going to push all the way towards middle. Apeks, they're aware. They're looking for it. They're holding for it, but no, he doesn't hit the shot.
They're trapped. Now they are trapped, and, well, they have to hope that it is a Cillian to do it all, really. He is going to be spotted out, and there's that prong of that attack dealt with. X fired on the site. Isolated for the minute. Imor's going to try and help him out. Who gets a double. There's a triple. What a hold from Eternal Fire. Fantastic reaction. You were speaking so highly of a Cillian there, getting into that good spot. But the reaction from Eternal Fire was spectacular. They went, they pushed mid as 2, they cleared it out. And Zantara said, you know what? I'm going to run down and then shoot them in the back. Yeah,
that proactivity was really good from Eternal Fire. Obviously, Nog is going to be regretting the fact that he missed the shot onto Zentaris. That makes it kind of crumble for them, but still, that was a really good reaction, as you pointed out. Eternal Fire realizing, okay, they could be in CT. We need to do something. We have 3 towards the A-bomb side. Even if we lose 1, we can still get into an open fight towards middle. We can still try to refrag efficiently. It's not like if we walk out mid and they're waiting for us, we don't have any chance to come on top in that one. So we might as well take the chance, because we know that if we just stay there, if we continue being passive, if we let them have all the freedom in the world, essentially, we're probably just letting our teammates over at B die in vain. So yeah, why not try and help him out, as good teammates should.
Just when you were thinking, you know, this one wasn't going to be as close, you know, when you seen how
no way, that one is going OT as well, Jack.
Yeah, man, we're not done. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Now is the time to interact with chat just a little bit. Okay, guys, so spam 1 if you think that this one is going to OT, spam 2 if you think that it's not going to OT, and spam 3 if you think that give me a third option, Jack. If you think that a lightning is gonna hit someone's electricity and it's gonna be an FF win.
Don't even I'm not letting you finish that one. Don't even dare, man. Don't even dare. Don't tempt fate.
It is a joke. It is a joke.
Man, the way that this game is going, I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't think Caster Curse is that powerful.
I hope production are ready to sleep over for tomorrow's playoffs, because this one could go to 7 in the morning.
Or you're just trying to infuriate them right now, aren't you? Because you know that they have a long way tomorrow as well. Like a long day. Yeah. Me and you are going to be sleeping. Like, you know, me and you, the game ends. We can sleep all day over tomorrow, but production can't.
Production are the real heroes, of course. Shout out to everybody.
Applause for production.
Shout out to everybody, yeah.
Heroes.
The unsung heroes a lot of the time. Of course, it wouldn't be possible without them. Speedhold wouldn't be possible without him, or, I mean...
What a way to enter the server for Cillian as well.
Beautiful double. Beautiful double. That molly, just not deep enough. Just not deep enough, so it doesn't stop Apeks from getting up onto the site. And it looks like Apeks could pick up another round. That's if Eternal Fire do not want to go for this, and it looks like they are happy enough with hanging on to what they have. Not too often you see a reverse boost there over the top of the CT smoke there.
Yeah, most of the time it's in pucks, right?
Yeah. I don't even remember the last time I seen it in a poke, to be honest. But
I remember the last time I asked someone to boost me up.
yeah, and they were definitely like, man, no way. Or you got spammed.
Oh no, I just got up and didn't see anybody, but it was cool. Like, it was jokes. In the end of the day, though, it could be a little bit jokey for Eternal Fire if they lose a couple of those guns. Well, never mind. Zentaris is going to pick up the kill, and it does feel like Apeks have drawn the line here. Okay, guys, we lost one. No need to drop any more guns. No need to feed them with the AKs and lose more money. It's not like we're rich. Well, they have some in the bank, but yes, it's not going to be enough. Especially when you know that still you're going to be facing up a buy from Eternal Fire, considering they did win 5 out of 6 rounds in the middle of that first half. So they're going to be pretty much stacked up. You look at Woxic, he still has more than enough peace in the bank. Zentaris and him are going to be feeling good. Galax and X-Flood looking like us after Christmas.
One hour.
1 hour.
Yeah. Yeah, 5 seconds.
You, my guy, need to go to bed.
You know that my brain is mush right now.
Yeah, normally it normally is, truth be told, but yeah, a little bit more mushy.
A little bit more.
You know, this has been a really diligent approach on that T side from Apeks, something that I like. I feel like they've been really methodical with the way that they approach it. Even though the last round was pretty much send the Cillian out, it is still like you could see that they're not relying entirely on that B rush. Like, you're not just waiting for a Cillian to get a double kill, otherwise you don't have another idea. They've been really methodical with the way that they show some presence towards apartments, towards brackets, then they go back banana, they retake it, and they decide what they want to do. Most of the time, the outcome has been a B play, and it's going to be the same here, but Eternal Fire, they seem to have a really good idea on what's going on.
Yeah, they do. Well, the execute comes in here from Apeks. Eternal Fire, they're going to be ready and waiting.
Damage.
The Molly does a lot, and Zentaris does even more. Right now, Stiko entering onto the site as he's the third person in, but hasn't taken out an X-Cloud just yet, still alive towards the back of the site, delaying for his team to rotate on over. But eventually, Apeks, they overcome the defense that Eternal Fire were putting up. They get a post-plant scenario out of this, but it's going to be very difficult to hang on to. Look at the HP. As we see, 5 and 48. Not an awful lot really to work with. Knock looking for that kill onto Amor, won't find it, and Stiko on 5 HP. You can kiss your chances of this one goodbye. They've had so many 1v3s, surely not. And Amor makes sure about it. A 3k for him, 6 for Eternal Fire, and we are close to getting level again.
Oh, I could see the spray transfer working out right there, by the way. And Stiko getting the second kill on Swimmer and then playing the timer against the AWP, even though he's low on HP. Shivers for a second, but yeah, Eternal Fire are going to be able to convert that one. Still, I believe that from that point on, no matter what happens, Apeks are going to be happy with the outcome of this first half and how things have been going, right? You still ended up with 7. Yes, you did win the pistol and the conversions, but essentially, this is a best of 1. This is the point of view that both teams should have on this one. You shouldn't be thinking about the previous maps because both teams have reasons to regret how things have been going. Both of them could be thinking, okay, this had to be a 2-1, this or rather a 2-0. This had to be done by now, but essentially it's not. We're still here, and they need to be focusing on this one as if it's a best of 1, and getting the pistol and the conversion is more than enough in a best of 1. Like, it's a good boost. So Apeks in really, really good position. Now, if they manage to actually solidify themselves as the winners after this first half, that could be massive. Ooh. Hello.
Oh, beautiful kill. The refrag good from Chawsey as Alex. He's holding for Stiko to exit. Amor.
They've seen each other.
Yeah, they've seen each other, but they aren't able to land a kill here or there. 40 seconds. There's a little bit of time for Apeks to work with. Massive kill from xFloud. Denies that little long lurk, which would have been disastrous for this A site hold. The flash is going to undo it just a little bit. Imor, the last player standing on the site. He's looking for the kills. Oh, it's wild. It's absolutely wild, and that will not win you around whatsoever. Stiko takes him down. Bomb is going to be recovered here for Apeks. But look at the damage done to the Apeks side. Yes, they get another post-ban scenario, but at what cost? They've a combined total of 23 HP. That's not a lot. xFloud has a lot more. And right now, Woxic, the full HP player, making his way from the apartments. Chauncey's looking in and takes him down. Apeks, they might have just done enough to secure the half win.
Oh, xFloud, he's going to be extremely late coming in from short. Post the first in Chelsea. Glock headshot for the win. 8 rounds on the board. This man is on fire. 17 and 8. He can't catch a break. He can't let Eternal Fire catch a breathe. And taking a look at the Pinnacle odds, one-sided, just a little bit in favor of Apeks. Of course, if you want to take advantage of those, make sure you head over to Pinnacle, click the banner below the stream, and use our code WINTER22 to take the best odds in the game. Take advantage of him. We're getting a third-person view of that criminal right there. Well, that wasn't the criminal from the last round. It was not, but he's been hitting some criminal shots. Criminalistic. Is that even a word? Yeah, it is. Now it is. Criminalistic from Woxic. Yeah. Chelsea goes down. Oh.
Well, hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal. As he gets out of there alive, Imor finds a Cillian, and M4 is going to be dropped back.
No way.
Imor going to be on the Nova.
That's the shotgun op. How many does he get?
That's the question.
I'd say 1 1/3.
I'd say less.
Yeah, 1 and around 33.333 damage on the second. That's what I would go for.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Smoke goes over. As Apeks try and make their way onto the site. 35 seconds. Jacob close to that smoke. Now Imor can strike here with Nova. He doesn't see anything whatsoever. They're in, but he can't see it. Jacob. Oh, dink landed here from Imor, but Jacob with the double. And unfortunately, for your shotgun lovers, it is not going to work out. It's all on Xantares as Jacob finds a third. He might just finish it off with a fourth and a bang, but it's not to do it. Speaking of bangs, that was nearly perfectly timed as Apeks now, they have a 9-6 lead going into this second half. Oh man, Inferno, it's going to be close. And Ted, I already feel an OT.
The OT?
I feel it.
I knew what you were going for, but I actually feel like Apeks have a bit of an edge going into this one. Yes, their Inferno against MOUZ NXT just the other day, well, the other day, it was last week, wasn't that successful. They lost it 3-16, but truth be told, MOUZ NXT did have a crusher of a CT side. They won their CT side 12-3, and now Apeks actually doing a bit of a better job at on their T side. Now they will get a chance. They win the pistol, they win the conversions, Jack. Let's not forget, we're looking at 12-6. It is true that Eternal Fire have been really effective when it comes down to the pistol rounds, but Apeks, they've proven to be really, really good at those on Mirage here in the first half. So I think now they've leveled up the pistol score, and this one is up for grabs. Flash in. Troops out. Ooh, okay.
Jacob and Knock combining. They're going to find a few kills. However, Knock, he's delaying for as long as possible. There's no support here from his teammates. They're smoked out. They're way too far away. And Chauzy, he's just being chipped away at there by the USPs. The damage is just being taken away. Not a lot, but it is a little bit. That's a lot. Oh, okay. Yep. Team damage, team dink from Calyx onto Xantares. They need to be careful there. And now Chelsea knows where 2 are, but he's going to be triple swung. And Eternal Fire are going to take that Z pistol now. As That is exactly what they would have hoped for. That's exactly what they needed, Ted, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think if they lost that pistol, that might have been just too far out of reach.
Yeah, I think now we're leveled up. I think now it's 3 pistol rounds for the side of Eternal Fire and 3 for Apeks. So yeah, that's a fair game. And Eternal Fire, they're going to be in a really good spot to try and get the conversions, level things up, and then we have an open game. Obviously, Apeks are going to be just a little bit, I was about to say annoyed. Well, they're going to be feeling like this could have gone their way as well. I mean, you did do a lot of damage to all 3 of those members of Eternal Fire, just not able to get the finishing blow, and this is the big liability of having the USB. Some great utility damage, though, in the beginning of this one. It's going to soften them up, and now they can actually go for a hyper rotate towards the A-bomb side. This is a really good call coming in from Apeks.
Yeah, they'll have everybody here, so it won't be the lack of numbers that this one doesn't go their way. How about that? They know that there's 2 players here, though. Chawsey.
Now we have a bit of a situation.
And now we have a little bit of a scary one. It gets even scarier now as well for Eternal Fire. Jacob takes the next left. Alex is the next man to fall. And Woxic follows suit. There's a clean round. They said, do you know what? You did it to us on Mirage. Not once, but twice. Have a taste of your own medicine. As Apeks get into double figures, 10-7, a technical pause. I really hope it's not for a mouse or a monitor that's been smashed, because that would be the way that I'd be feeling after losing a round like that.
That was a perfectly played round. You know, Asilian is an absolute genius. The ways that he's calling those rounds, the calls that he had on Mirage as well, even though they end up losing the map, I'm really loving some of his ideas. You know, this is just a textbook way of playing the round. You head over towards Banana early with a lot of HEs. You do inflict the damage. Well, they never get a confirmation of the damage that they've done, but ultimately, ideally, when you know that Eternal Fire are a team that gets banana control, you throw all that grenades, and then out of nowhere, Eternal Fire just decide they're not going to be sending any bodies whatsoever. You're like, yeah, either they are towards A, or they're just slowing things down and waiting because there was no reaction happening. So the lack of reaction makes them think, okay, we should over-rotate, make sure we have a 4-man stack towards A. They could try and take advantage of the long-range fights with the rifles against the pistols, especially after getting tagged. They don't want to go close range on Banana. You leave Asilian all alone. He still has an HE, which means that if they go B, the round is not off the cards, right? It still feels like Asilian can throw that one HE. He can rely on the early damage that they've done, get a couple kills, try and delay, and make it a possible retake. So this is not even such a, like, it is a gamble, but it's not one of those gambles that just go all or nothing. You can actually still win the round if they go B in that scenario. Less likely, right? But if they go A, which they did, you have favorable fights all over the board. And Eternal Fire going for the contact plays that are their signature play style, well, they just got overwhelmed. The scouts, the Deagles hitting the shots, Apeks, they return the favor quickly enough. And now Eternal Fire, they're going to be the ones to try and go for a bit of a force by Jack. But we could be back to the 12-6. Well, it can't really go 12-6 at this point. It could go 12-7 though.
Could just be as we wait for this technical pause to reach its conclusion. And
you want to hear something funny?
Yeah, go for it. We might be a while.
Yeah, like, it's not funny as a nice fact. Obviously, we spoke about Zentaris and Asilian being the 2 people in the server with the most maps played. Zentaris with 1,705, Asilian with I think 1,680 was. Actually, Zentaris has played in 3 teams. Like, this is his 4th team. Eternal Fire is his 4th team, and he's played that many maps. And then you have Asilian, a little bit lower. He's played on 10 different teams. Well, 9 because he's been a part of Apeks twice, but in different iterations of the squad. And both of them had started their careers in 2014. Asilian actually started with Copenhagen Wolves, which, another fun fact, has seen a lot of legendary Danes go through their lineup. 20 to be precise, 20 different Danish players that came out to be really, really big names were a part of that lineup at one point, which is kind of sick. You kind of think about how big of a name Asilian actually is and how back in history his career goes. Because taking a look at Copenhagen Flames, I can tell you some of the of some of the people that have been a part of their lineup. You know, we're speaking people like Cajun B, Dupree, Device, Zipex, Pimp, Carrigan, Glaive, Kirby, Cadian, Tensky, Hunden, Snappy. You know, all of those guys. Vauda has been a part of them for a slight while as well.
Some legendary names in there as well.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that there's been actually people that have been around for that long and still continue to play at this level. Like, you know, you'd be surprised with the amount of like young guns coming up. You know, it's just goes to show the value of experience.
Oh, no promotions.
Yeah, no.
Hide the logo. Yeah, okay.
Anyway, we'll see if the experience will show. Of course, as you already highlighted, Xantares is the man with the most experience in this server. He's got the most maps played.
Yep.
We'll see if he can add another map win to that tally, as right now it's looking good for Apeks. 10-7. With only a few deagles. It is a buy here for Eternal Fire.
You know what's the crazy thing?
Yes.
He's played so much, he's not even in top 5 of the players with the most maps on HLTV as well. I think top 3 was something like Taz, Neo, and Bubbo. Pretty sure that was it. But they all got like above 2K, which is insane.
Yeah, I mean, how long have they been playing, man? That is like forever, nearly.
Yeah. Crazy to think that Bubbo is still competing as well. Same for Taz, by the way.
Yeah. Bubble at a little bit of a higher level than Taz.
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
Let's be real.
Top 20 from today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Picked up a nice win. As Apeks are going to be trying to pick up a nice win here today. Imor has watched all his teammates either burn to a crisp or be taken down by Jacob, and the Cillian will claim the last scalp and the last head. And it's going to be an 11-7 lead now for Apeks. Money completely not there for Eternal Fire, as they heavily invested in that last round. Did not go their way whatsoever, so it is going to be the eco from them.
Yeah, a bit of a bonus round coming in for Apeks. We spoke about the possibility of this one happening. It's going to enable them to build up that economy, make sure you have the money going on for you. And of course, get that mentality up. I believe that this is going to be one of the biggest like score differences we've had since Vertigo. I think on Mirage it was just really close throughout the entire time, and now we're going to get a difference of 5 rounds. This is actually a lot for the series. That just comes to show how close this has been, and how close the level of these two teams has been as well.
Yeah, these are so close right now. These teams, I mean, as if the overtimes didn't speak for themselves, you know.
Yeah, you know, I love Josie so much. I just can't bear one thing. You know what it is?
What's up?
He's playing with a gut knife.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. I knew it was something to do with skins. I just wasn't sure what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
A gut knife.
A gut knife, yeah. Well, you can have words with him if you want.
Yeah.
Let's not clear see what he says. I mean, he doesn't really need a gut knife to pick up those eco frags. That's pretty straightforward. And it is
20 and 10.
Yeah, 20 and 10. He's playing quite well. He's top fragging right now. Somebody that we were critical of, or rather I was critical of. I won't throw you down the...
Thank you.
Yeah, it was me that was critical. You know, on the rifles, he's been a little bit lackluster.
I actually found him some excuses before the start of the game.
Yeah. You did indeed. But no excuses right now. He doesn't need them, because he's been that good.
Yeah.
12-7, 5-round lead now for Apeks, and they are your clear betting favorites. If you want to check them out, you can head over to Pinnacle. Sign up using code WINTER22, as it's going to be a fast play towards B, it would seem. In fact, they actually back away just a little bit. Go pushes right through the apartments to Alex waiting crosshair. Cillian gets aggressive. Xantares gets the better of him though. Galil not going to overpower the 8K. Jacob would spam back doing a lot of damage, finding 1 kill, but needs to stay alive if he goes down. That's to be onside compromised, and Imor, he takes him down and out. Surely Eternal Fire just commit onto B. Now this could be the T round that they're after, as Chauzy and Knock, they're so far away. They are pretty much helpless in this situation.
Yeah, I even wonder what you go for in that scenario. I think you save if you're Apeks. Even though you have plenty of cash to work with, I think you just look for another AK for Nog to upgrade, and yeah, there you have it. Josie is going to hold on to the M4. You do have a solid lead. You're 5 rounds ahead. Money is looking good for you. No need to be making life harder for yourselves because, yes, you could get fortunate. You've been really, let's say, successful in your endeavors when you go for such a low percentage retake. And normally, by the way, in other circumstances, we would see a lot of teams go for more saves compared to Apeks. They've been converting a lot of these rounds where they're down in a 2 versus 4, 3 versus 5. Of course, a lot of this has to do with just the calls of the stacks on the CT side being really good. But I believe in a moment like that, you just need to hold on to the bank. Make sure that you're just playing the long game. You can afford losing a round or two as soon as you're going to be able to bounce back with a proper buy round. And you are going to be able to bounce back straight away. I'm actually wondering if we're going to see a double AWP from the CTs. Maybe give Chelsea something.
Yeah, maybe a little bit further down the line when the money
Yeah.
is, well, like they don't need to invest in it now.
You know what's the thing though? It's not going to be even Chelsea because he's a short player. It's probably going to be a Cillian.
Yeah, but it's a massive investment that I don't feel they need to make. I think they can win it just with the M4s and Nox AWP because we talk about it keeping the money high. If you're going for that double up investment and it doesn't work out,
look at that though.
That's Eternal Fire back in the game.
Surprise middle. Skate like that. Where's the flash? Voxic. Yeah, he forgot to throw that one. There's the flash. Nog gonna be flashed off the angle. Continues to hold it though, and Eternal Fire, they're just getting brackets control. They're not gonna commit just yet, but Apeks, they might regress towards it.
Yeah, they've already pushed down Banana. They know that they're here. They're gonna push into this, into the blender.
Welcome to the meat grinder.
Oh, that's beautiful from Apeks. However, Calyx and Xfloud, they're gonna keep it competitive, Ted. Right now, a minute left on the clock, and Eternal Fire, they have the ace site for themselves. Jacob and Cillian, they're rotating in to a compromised bomb site. Xcloud is low. Cillian, once the first flash doesn't commit, they're going to go off. The second flash bomb's only tapped. Jacob with the refrag does not know where Calyx is. Spots him. Jacob with the clutch. That's beautiful from him. A 1v2 in the end there for Apeks. And they're just not losing those clutch scenarios, Ted. Not whatsoever.
Yeah, it's mad. We normally say that clutches aren't a reliable source of round income, but in this game they have been, especially for Apeks. The amount of clutches that they've won, even if I was, because you normally know that I'm Mr. Nerd. I'm the guy that goes out with the crazy statistics, with the things that you wouldn't mind like knowing, but you wouldn't bother just noting down. I couldn't tell you how many clutches they've won. I couldn't write them down. It has been so much. I'm thinking double digits, by the way. I'm really thinking double digits 1vx situations going in favor of Apeks throughout this entire series. This is insane. And once again, Eternal Fire, they're downgraded to the Pistols, Jack. After such a close first half, we could be in for a really, really smooth ride. As we already said, just a walk down the beach, a pina colada in hand, Ocean Drive in the background. Apeks, they're looking at a potential 14-8 here.
More. He's going to be the man entering with the only AK, and he's already out. Jacob does not give him a chance to see him. Takes him down. The flash goes in. A Cillian, a wild spray, but comes out with only one. As Toxic tries to push through the smoke. Jacob's so ready for that. Not going to catch him off guard with a silly play like that. Or rather, will it catch out Josie? Xfloud will, and Calyx finds a headshot as well, but Stiko just restores some order there. Spamming through the smoke, gets the double. Apeks will get 14.
I was worried there for a second after the 2 kills from the Deeks, but you can't really be mad at Voxic for going for a play like that, right? He realizes that both his teammates are on pistols. He knows that he is the only rifle. They don't even have any banana presence. They don't have anything. No smokes up to re-smoke CT and ruins. No mollies, no nothing. So he needs to go for such kind of a crazy play, just high risk, high reward. There is a good chance that he's going to be catching a player with his grenade out towards Coffins as well. So why not risk it? Why not try it? You're not losing anything in that scenario. It's still around that. Probably you're going to be losing in the afterplum nonetheless. There's no way he could know that his teammates are just going to get a double with the Glocks, or well, one apiece. But now a tactical timeout coming in. Eternal Fire, This is your last chance. 8-14. Apeks, they've won 5 out of 7 rounds on that CT side, and one of those that went in favor of Eternal Fire was essentially the pistol. So in terms of buy rounds, or well, after the pistol, they've won only 1, and they need more. This is the point of no return. You lose that round, you're pretty much out and done for, and Apeks, they're going to be booking their spot in the quarterfinals against Heroic tomorrow.
Knock looking for the opening pick. What a massive kill it would be to get, but he is going to be a whisker away with that up shot. He goes deep. Immor taking a little bit of damage, decides to go for the bunny hop. Up and Knock won't miss a second time. Immor down and out. And Eternal Fire on the back foot. X-Floud goes aggressive, and Centaurus finds a kill elsewhere. Right now, Eternal Fire, they're aggressing towards both sides of the map. But look at this. Look at this flank.
No way.
Go.
No
he can
way.
Find the bomb. He can find so
No
much.
way.
There's the first. Doesn't get another.
They're not going to be ready for a second, surely. They have no clue. He's going to play the trigger discipline. Jolzy, this is massive. More than one. Surely more than one. Oh, he's got everything. He needs more than one. There's one. Drops down. Centaurus is going to catch him.
Oh, my heart is in my mouth, Ted. I don't know what to say about that. Flash goes through. Knock goes aggressive. Has no idea where Centaurus is, and Centaurus takes him down. Oh, there was so much.
Oh, Chelsea.
So much on Chelsea's plate there, and he didn't know what to eat first. He was,
You need to feel for him in that scenario, right? He plays it perfectly. He plays it to perfection, waits long enough, but that's the thing. The planter goes inside of the bomb site, so that's not a viable option anymore. He needs to take that second kill, but the graveyard player hides in a way that Chelsea can't really spot the head, right? He can just spot his leg, and that's not going to be enough for a kill. Apeks, they get reset now, and they go back to the push middle, which no one is looking for. Woxic.
okay. They find one kill. There's a second.
Yeah, good damage.
Yeah, good damage. Really good
Light
damage.
work.
Alright. Good damage. Eternal Fire. Okay. Nice round for them to get up onto double figures. They're looking to get up onto maybe just a little bit more. They are looking for that 11 if they can find it. But we do have another decent buy on the other hand for Apeks. What will Eternal Fire call? That's the question. Where do they go? Where do they go from here? They're having a lot of success. Really, it doesn't really matter where they go, to be honest. Their entries have been alright. But Knock is being very mobile with his approach to this AWP.
Yeah.
He's everywhere.
Ooh, lovely utility damage coming in from the T side. Amazing KGs landing into Jacob and Chelsea. They're going to take that one up the chin and go for some kills. But Woxic, he's holding for it. Jacob manages to return one, but needs to get out of there as quickly as possible, as Antares is going to be the one falling down. Chelsea thinking about going for some re-aggression, thinking about going for a peek. There's the flash. No one to be seen. Emmer going to confirm that they've taken control. But look at Chelsea. He's there to stay. Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, smart idea. Backing away from that one. 4v4. And the op rotated away. So, where did they go? Did they commit towards B? That's what it is suggesting. That smoke will go down. Apeks don't really have a lot of info anywhere. So, this is going to be pretty much a surprise.
Jacob still has the molly, by the way, and he is towards CT. He can actually deploy the molly, spam it. They're gonna think that the boost is clear because of the spam. They can assume.
Knock's in a good position. He's pretty aggressive here. There's the smokes. Molly goes down. Delays. Have to smoke it to push on through. That's exactly what they're gonna do. Chelsea is tucked away. He's played that very well. Gets a free kill and gets away with even more. Jacob. The other side of this smoke, the bomb is going to be tapped. Jacob's going to swing right through. Denies the plant. Massive. He loses a teammate in the process, but he's got Apeks in a fantastic position. This could be mapping series point. Going in Apex's favor. Stico runs through. They're so blind.
Wow.
Some beautiful support utility from Apeks there.
Yeah.
That is 15 for Apeks.
That's an all crown.
One more.
That's an all crown if I've ever seen one. The flashes were absolutely perfect. You know, Apeks, they managed to use Eternal Fire's grenades against them. You saw the smoke that they used to extinguish the molly. They used it as if banana was smoke. It actually allowed Jacob to storm his way out of ruins. The flash, the support flashes from Nog. The first one to enable Jacob to get a kill and deny the plant. And then the second one to give SKADE the double kill. These were absolutely insane. And Apeks going for the tactical timeout, this is something that I love. This is an approach that shows how diligent they are. They're taking this one extremely seriously. They know this is the best chance they're going to get at closing things out. There's a big distance, 10-15, a high mountain to climb for Eternal Fire. This is when their mentality is at its lowest. You need to close it out. You lose this round, your economy is going to get reset. If you're Apeks, this is your spot into the quarterfinals. Right now, you can see Heroic right behind the edge. Well, you just need one round to be there.
You just need one. That's the magic of this. One more round will do
Revenge.
it for Apeks. Yeah, I said it was a dish best served cold at the beginning, and well, Eternal Fire, I hope they're hungry because it's being served up to them right now. Immor, beautiful shot, finds onto a Cillian. It was actually Centaurus to get the first. What a way to enter onto the B site. You've taken both players down. Jawsy's being told, get away from there. You are not going near that bomb site. We are hanging on to this. We are not throwing away any rifles, then any more rifles really than we really need to. We want to hang on. We want to keep the money high because Eternal Fire, although they are wounded, we all know what a wounded animal can do, Ted. They can bite back, and they can bite back hard.
Especially after the first two maps. I believe that at this point, no one could question the mental fortitude of both these teams. And I feel like even though you're on the edge of elimination, even though a lot of things have been going against you, it's still a bit of a tough one to close out for Apeks. You know, mentally, after playing so many rounds, you're gonna be just not able to realize that you're actually so close to it being over. Let's not forget, this has been such a long series for both these teams, and Eternal Fire going for the hunt. I love that. You want to take the guns out of the hands? Not gonna enable you to do that. A lovely shot to hold on to the big green. At least gonna give him a chance to be somewhat competitive into that. Well, I was about to say last round, potentially last, as every single round from now on is going to be potentially last up until a potential overtime. But yeah, elimination is looming all over Eternal Fire. But well, let's see if the Eternal Fire can continue burning for just a little bit longer here on Inferno.
Apeks with the fire extinguishers at the ready to put it out if they can. But sometimes Eternal Fire, they can be this blazing inferno that be very difficult to stop, and it spreads like wildfire. Tara's going for some spam, but nobody boosts it up. Something that we haven't seen really from Apeks, somebody boosted up on that porch position. So
well, they wanted it this round, they just made noise.
Yeah. And the problem is they've made noise, so they might not do it again. That is a little bit of an issue. Eternal Fire, they're going to take brackets control without any problem, because Apeks, they only have 2 players towards A, and they're playing passively. They need to. SKADE, a good position, finds a free kill onto Immor and backs away to safety. They're going to set up a crossfire as Antares makes his way onto the site. But the crossfire is going to be undone just a little bit. Antares goes looking for SKADE. Calyx finds him. Finds the headshot. Right now, more damage is being done. But Apeks, they had to go for another save.
You know, I love that from Eternal Fire. I feel like this is the most intelligent way that you can approach those rounds. If you get mobbed down by a single person, fair enough, you lose the game. But going into defaults is going to be so much harder because you're giving Apeks the chance to go for those shenanigans, those stacks, those aggressive plays. Like that, you just group up. You're just moving like a pack of wolves, and you know that it's going to be extremely easy for Apeks to just hold the save. They're going to be feeling a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of pressure as well. So you don't want to be throwing bodies and retakes like that. You know that they're going to be playing the percentage plays from that point on. Even though they've been going for some cheeky, aggressive plays in the earlier stages of this entire best of 3, now in that scenario, you know they're just not going to be throwing their weapons for free and for nothing. So when you actually take a bomb site, they're simply going to commit to a save. And I like that because so far, Eternal Fire, they've never been so one-dimensional in their approaches on the T side, right? There has always been something up there. There has always been a bigger picture, like taking brackets, but then you fall back, you take late banana, then you decide what you're going to go for, or you wait for some apartments presence. It's never been so upfront, and this is what catches Apeks off guard. They're not ready for this fast of a play up middle.
Jacob flashes
No
in.
way.
Oh, look what he's
Oh.
found. 2 players completely blind.
Massive.
Goes for the refrag, and that one maybe just a little bit too much. I mean, you've done the damage there. You've got 2 kills. You're already tagged low. Maybe you don't need to go for more. Maybe just try and escape with that flashbang would have been more than enough.
I think it's done more than enough, though. Look at that. They still have the AWP towards A. And Josie isn't. Josie is with a USB, but he has an AWP behind him.
Oh, I'm nervous, Ted. I'm nervous, Chelsea.
Surely they clear him out, right?
Yeah, surely.
Surely he doesn't get a kill.
Don't believe he will.
Yeah.
Yeah, spotted.
Hello. Oh, they're looking for a second. Yep. Bye-bye, Josie.
Didn't see the op, however.
No.
Oh, there's Knock. Beautiful shot.
No
Luster
way.
the second. What a way to seal it if he gets it. Woxic down. A 1 versus 3 on his own needed. And he's found the first. Asilian. He's going to be flanking him quickly as Woxic.
Is he going to be ready for it, though?
Going to go for the
I don't
op.
think so.
No, he is
No.
not. Apeks, they are going to be your final quarterfinalist. 16-12. They managed to
Wow.
take it in one of the longest best of 3s I'd say I'd ever cast, Head, myself and yourself. But it was absolutely thrilling from all the way. I mean, I cannot fault either of those teams. They laid everything out there. I don't think anybody played bad. It was a spectacular series, but in the end, there could only be one winner. And Apeks, they're going to be delighted that it's them. They have a match versus Heroic tomorrow.
Yeah, and you can see the relief in them as well.
Yeah.
They deserved it. That was an insane best of 3. And, you know, if there is one individual, or rather 2 individuals that we've been critical of and that can be really happy after this one, it should be Chelsea and Nog. They played a really good best of 3. The amount of clutches that they won. Obviously, I wanted to point out that Nog has been dragged back into more of a clutching role opener. And, well, that came into fruition. But we saw everything from him. We saw aggression as well. We saw him being really confident, reminding us of his best days over at NAP. And even before that, the same we can say for Woxic. He did play a really good best of 3. It was over a really good showing individually and team-wise for pretty much everyone on both sides. But man, the amount of clutches that Apeks won, they surely made the big difference in the end of the day.
Yeah, massive clutches. I think it was 3 1v3s in the end. Absolutely.
And that's
ridiculous.
only on map 3, by
That's
the way.
only on Inferno. Like, oh, what a way to step up. And showing absolutely no signs of fatigue there whatsoever. They are your quarterfinals matchups tomorrow. SKADE UNGENTIUM. We've got Heroic, Apeks, Dignitas, SKADE, and Copenhagen Flames versus GamerLegion. But sadly, that is all that we have for today. It's all that we have time for. We hope you enjoyed it. Special thanks to production for putting on the show today. They'll be back tomorrow. Sadly, we won't be, but we hope that you guys will all be in attendance for those quarterfinals with those playoff invited teams. Make sure to tune in. See you then.
And I'm one of the commentators of the Pinnacle Winter Series. I've got something very cool to show. They've given me a cool package these to unbox, and I may be able to show you what is inside. But before I do that, I prompt you to go to extrafly.com and use the code WINTER10 to get 10% off your purchase. Now, let's get right into it. There we go. Okay. Oh my word. This box is full. I don't know what to show you first. Things first. We've got a headset. Extrafly's new H1 Pro Gaming headset. This looks amazing. Look at that. The packaging is absolutely out of this world. This must be the sound card where you can turn on and off your mic from here. That's really cool. Volume and microphone volume settings. So you've got both a microphone and speaker jack. And there's an adapter for it as well. If you have a singular aux jack, you can just use that by putting things together. So they've got another couple of wires here. The two microphones. So they've got two of these in this package. It's absolutely amazing. I love this. And if I stand correct, you can even put it in your computer with a USB. It's very light as well. I don't feel it at all. This was really cool. I'm so excited to see what's next. Speakers out, but let's see what else we can uncover from inside. Oh my. The M4 wireless ultralight gaming mouse, everybody. I've been hearing about Extrafly mice for a long time, right? I've seen a lot of people use them. Having light mice is supposed to be really, really, really cool because it just basically feels like an extension of your hand as well. It seems like they've got a couple of keycaps here, which I'm not quite sure if they're cool or I can actually change. Yeah, I can actually change them. That's amazing. So I've got a GG keycap coming in and an Extrafly keycap as well. As we are on the topic of mice, I've been wanting to try and test one of these out for a while. So apparently this is for you to manage your cord for your mouse so it doesn't quite get fixated on anything on your desk. So I've never used one of these. This is actually the first experience I'm going to have with it. So I'm genuinely excited on how this will change my gaming experience, right? Let's see Bendy. I'm a fan of this. The box is still not empty. Yay! Wow. This smells good too. Isn't it gorgeous? Last but definitely not least remains something that I've been waiting for this entire unboxing. What a key to replace my old. The Extrafly K4 RGB TKL. This is a game changer.